And we are live with the finale of The Vice. Welcome, everybody, to this, our 140th and last episode of our campaign. We've had the immense pleasure and joy to share with all of you. So, one last time, let's go around and meet our players and who they're playing. We'll start off where we normally do, from way down under. Dragons or Cats?
Hello, everyone. I am Dragons or Cats, and I will be bringing you Vidar Lycran, the Hexblade Warlock of Ryan Talia, in this wonderful finale of this incredible journey with these incredible people. Let's do this.
Next up, the man behind the cat, Templar Warren.
Hello, I am Templar Warden. I am playing Hidden by Axel, Descendant of Dragons, Tabaxi Wizard, Dad, and Crazy Cat. Yeah. I'm kind of glad that our camera isn't working, so I can emote as much as I want without having people see it. But I'm, all good things will come to an end, and it's going to be one hell of an end. Let's get this done!
Next up, Bird vs. Blaine.
Hey folks, I am Bird vs. Plane, and I've been Iskatul, the half-elf bard / gunslinger, who just wanted a good story out of this, and 3.5 years later, I'd say this has been a pretty good goddamn story, so I am ready to see how it resolves itself.
Next up, we have NNG9.
Hey, I'm NNG9. I play Luna, Water Genasi, Monk, Talent Agent, Mother of Cities, Woman of Many Hats. Which we'll see where that story goes today, but I will always and forever be your local huntress.
Next up, we have Good Guy Pie.
Hello everyone, I'm Good Guy Pie, and I will be playing Luck Goldheart, Adventure Extraordinaire, all the way from Elevation Pit, here for the big old final one.
And last but not least, Tree Hugging Druid.
Hi, I am Tree Hugging Druid. I am playing Celia Rollerin, our high elf rogue. I am super sad.
And I am Tall Squall. I am your DM, and have had the honor to take this cast and all of you in our community through this adventure. And for those of you first time watching the channel, we do run it 100% for charity. This month we are supporting the Audre Lorde Project, and NNG9 is going to tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, so this month we are supporting the Audre Lorde Project, an organization that does fantastic work all around. They have various programs just like Safe Outside, Trans Justice. They deal a lot with the bi, POC, gender non-conforming communities. Lots of good information available on their website. Please click on the purple lettering in the description below. It'll take you directly to your site so you can see everything they do. And if you want to donate directly to them, you can do it that way. If you choose to donate through our channel, there are various levels below. Like you can put anything in the and you can, for any amount, you can add to the spell bank dice. There's luck dice. But either way, it goes to a wonderful charity.
Thank you so much. And we don't have any extra special roles to do today. I will tell you that your donations do go to help the campaign. There might be some need for it today. Even though it's our last episode, you can look in the doobly-doo down below for the way that you can donate and shop amongst all of the little options down there. And I think without further ado, I am going to roll that intro for the last time as we're going to jump into the world of the Vice. Okay, Fernando, today only $140. Thank you so much, Fernando. Let us know what you want those to go for. Luck die is probably would be a good one. But if there's something specific you'd like that to go for, let us know in chat, and we'll get it. Make sure everyone gets it. Okay. Okay.
Ugh.
So.
Deep breath.
Yep.
And let the words come.
Yep. Last time. Let me switch. Get my music. The right music.
Alrighty then.
Last time on Vice, our party, after flying up to the magical city of fountains, Balathira, home of the Arcana Mystica, broke into the citadel of the Adepts, where they battled Badar's long rival, the Netherwing consort to Naltua, Scartears, where they handily defeated them. $30, a luck die for each party member from Swy Betsley. Thank you so much.
Hey.
So they defeated Scartears, however, in the process lost track of the head of the Obsidian Order as she dove through a portal hidden within the Citadel of the Adepts. The party, after agonizing over doors for a long time, finally did follow through the portal, where we then found them. They found themselves in a chamber that was familiar to some of them from a strange out-of-time experience that they had when they had gone back to when the Netherwings had first taken over this world. And now the party was back there. This place of not just hallowed ground, but wholly sanctified ground. Sanctified with the blood of the hierarchy of the Temple of Purity, some of the most holy figures of the world, as they were unified under the Temple of Purity and then absconded away with by the Arcana Mystica to bless this temple of spiritual energy, to keep Asmodeus from breaking in, so that the Archmistress, instead of fulfilling her deal with Asmodeus, could keep an aspect of Tiamat to herself and empower herself. The party faced off against the Lord Diviner, a divination wizard with phenomenal control over people's fates, as well as two large bone constructs who used vice magic that had infected them back against themselves. And once Luck, in an act of bravery and at the time thinking sacrifice, dove into one of these large vats of blood, cracking open a crystal given him by Asmodeus himself, fulfilling his destiny as the Reborn, he reemerged from that pool, reborn once again as the Radiant Knight, a dark Aasimar, who had been prophesied to come and save the Drow people in the future. The Lord Diviner, torn apart by the skeletons of those who had been sacrificed in this place. Asmodeus, the sanctification of the temple now broken by his own essence, entering into these sort of holy anchors, entered into the space, and then entered into the space, and my music stopped, entered into the space, and claimed what was his, apparently, from through the doors at the end of the this ritual space, basically burst them open, and they saw Asmodeus walk out of this temple area, asking them first if he'd like him to mop up the rest of business, holding in his hand the writhing form of Tiamat's sixth head, her void aspect. The party, bloodied and bruised, the doors kicked open in front of them into the space where they know the Arcana Mystica's Archmistress waits for them. As you catch your breath in this space, how would the party like to proceed?
Drink a healing potion.
Iska's going to use her violin and use one of her choruses to do Arado's chant. So basically, Beacon of Hope, max healing on whatever we decide to use here before we walk into certain death.
You gather around as Iska plays her violin, and you feel that hope flow through you as all of your healing is maximized. I believe at this point there's no wisdom saving throws. It only lasts for a minute, so it probably will be faded by the time you walk to the next room, but it's going to make...
It's a drinking, y'all.
So yeah, drink them if you got them.
Shots.
Go ahead and use them as you will. I know you've got several. I'm not going to keep track of each one individually. I trust you all to track your hit points with the things that you use. Are there other preparations that you would like to do?
I only have two. Only has 2 potions of healing. He's consumed a lot of potions today.
Now, guys, it's a 50% chance. Do I take it?
What are you taking?
What are you talking
Do
about?
it.
Yep, that's too unspecific.
It's a
I know
50%
exactly what he's
chance
on
to be
about.
stuck as a dragon.
Yes, do it!
Dragon!
Can I ride him? Is that the question, but please.
Axel, we have never worried about the odds yet. Let's not start now.
Oh, now I'm worried. Thanks, Bert. I didn't have even asked. I should have just done it. That's alright.
Hey, Iska, can I get a little bit of
I'll
that
have a
healing?
drink first.
Yeah,
even though
no.
it's irrelevant.
So yeah, Iska will burn a 4th level Cure Wounds on you, Vidar. So that is
He's what?
36 points of healing for you. And
You-
Give it-
who else needs it? Who else needs something right now before we walk in?
You know what?
I
I'll give
do.
the dark my supreme potion of
Alright.
supreme healing.
Celia, take 72. I'm gonna burn to their 4th levels. So you should be doing all right.
But Dar's also going to draw out of his ring that last spell slot from there and just hold it tight from his ring with the pack keeper.
I'm
Anyone
gonna
else?
Nope, I'm good.
So,
You should see an
Vidar,
adult,
did you-
adult bronze dragon now in the character area for you to be able to control Axel whenever you want to do that. I don't know if you're doing it
Alright.
in prep or if you're waiting to see what happens.
oh, you're here. Yeah. Once we're all sort of healed up.
He is, yeah.
I'm gonna activate the Dark Radiant. Right.
Okay.
Axel, you're going to say something?
Did you get the supreme healing potion that I gave you?
No. What? You gave me a supreme healing potion.
Yeah. I had one since I'm shapeshifting.
Oh, you're
Have a
giving it to
drink.
me.
Yes.
Oh.
Real quick
Oh,
before we move in and
jeez.
before Axel
Should do the numbers.
does this thing, Iska's gonna.
You still cast spells as a dragon, right?
So that's what I was about to say.
Ooh,
So because of
Canon.
this is your dragon, it's actually your aspect of dragon blood. It affects your
Yeah.
physical. It will affect your physical stats. It will not affect your mental stats. So your wisdom, your intelligence, and your charisma and your spellcasting will remain the same, but your strength, your dex, your armor class, and your constitution will be that of the
Yep.
adult bronze dragon. You will also have those attacks that they have.
Cool.
Same thing though. I mean, with spell casting, that you either attack with your claws or tail or whatever, and then.
Yep.
And again, I'm just gonna trust you because I'm kind of familiar with it, but not super familiar
No
with
worries.
it. So, looks like it's as an action for you to be able to change shape at will as many times as you want. Never mind. I was thinking out loud of whether or not I wanted it to be that you had to change sort of into Baxi, but with the whole thing of 50% staying, I like it better that you can cast in your dragon form. And then at the end of this battle, we'll have you roll to see what happens.
Hey. Vidar holds up Ryantalia.
I don't think I've got a dragon token. I'm sorry. I might.
Hey, Ryantalia, do you want to make a bargain? Do you want to absorb all this powerful, giant-sized magic going through me? Put me back to normal form?
You said a bargain, darling.
Yeah.
What's the bargain part of this?
What do you want in return? Make me small, have this giant-sized power? Absorb this magic, it's making me giant. I don't know, I just
How about
wish
this?
it was...
The magic is already flowing through you. What are you aiming for there, dragons? I'm not following you.
Supernova. Using my hit die.
Nah.
Okay, fair enough.
You can no, you can use it at you can use.
But I would like to be small.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, I would say that's an at will. You can decide that you want to be small. Whatever hit points you had, I think you're under your normal maximum, so you're good.
Any other HP that I'd have would become temporary as well.
Yeah, if it was above your max, but it looks like you're at 111,
Yeah.
which I believe is below your max or right close at it.
Below my max.
Yeah, I thought
I'm like 130. I'm like a 130 HP warlock.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay.
Real quick before we move on to Axel, Iska's just going to reload the gun, just so I stayed it, and it's there. And she's also going to reflect on the people surrounding her who brought her here, and the people we're doing this for, as she's going to channel the memory of the last time she saw this room through the eyes of Florian and cast the same spell he did, Crown of Stars. 7
Nice.
bright motes appear and begin to illuminate around her, spin in like a circle above her head, like a halo. And she's ready to go, so whoever needs to do something now.
Luna is going to pull out the Horn of Valhalla, but not blow it yet.
Great. See if you can move that dragon around, Axel.
Are we on a map screen, or are we just on the Valathir screen?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Be on the battlefield
I'm
screen.
definitely just on the Valathir.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I had moved. Everyone else is
140
looking
episodes
at.
later, pro streamers.
Yeah, pro streamers. Because I'm sitting here looking at it. The stream is looking at it. Yeah.
Yep, I can move it.
Okay, cool. They're huge, correct? 15 by 15, I believe.
Huge, yep.
Yep. Okay. I will need to have you all's
Ooh.
sort of exact
Um,
marching order.
Everyone else is good on health. Just I'm double checking. Sorry.
Before that, I would turn to Luna and ask, would you be able to do something about this surge that's hit me? That's caused.
I don't think I can do anything once the surge is already hit, right?
Do a insight check.
All right.
Can I give
Insight, you
advantage?
say?
Insight, I say.
Okay. 17 it is.
On a 17, that's enough. As the vice has been healed, you feel a bit of a difference in your medallion and what the powers it provides. From your Inferno gem was
I can
to be
burn
able
it
to
away.
was able to summon one. It is now able to burn one away. Instead of to be a catalyst to cause one, it can actually burn one away.
All right. Luna will concentrate for, like touch medallion for a moment. Eyes light up, reaches out towards you, doesn't actually touch you, and I imagine something like radiant fire kind of washes over you from her hands.
And you feel it burn away what was inhibiting your charisma, and that it lowered your charisma score.
I hug her.
Celia was affected by that too.
She dodges. Sorry, I was reaching for something. No hugging.
Come on!
Yeah, Celia needs it as well. Again, it would take an action to do in combat, but in this case, you all have
so she'll
6 seconds later, you can...
Cool. Same deal.
Okay.
Celia can hug Luna if she wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so could I get y'all's exact sort of marching order down here by these front doors of how you want to enter this place? And if you're going to transform before you go in, Axel, these doors are 30 feet wide, almost 60 feet tall, so certainly as a dragon, you still could march through the door. So if you want to describe how that looks, you are more than welcome to.
So, as we sort of assembling here, Axel dips into his cloak and pulls out 2 gems, a piece of amber and just some gem. He'll hand them to Celia. No, he'll hand them to Vidar. I might need those. Just hold on to them. But because everything changes, yeah. And then he'll sort of step away. Take a deep breath. As he sort of crumples down a little bit onto his knees as the flicker of his fur transforming into scales runs across his body. The first transformation, the wings stretching out from his shoulder blades, sort of dipping and catching into the scales as they are the biggest part of him. They're like almost the full size, but then he begins to change. His body shifts and twists as he lets out a growl of its power, and he's enjoying it, being a powerful freaking dragon as he transforms into Baxel Therion and waits. Let's do this.
You do still see on his bronze scales around his neck the black sort of necklace of scales that sort of dips down where Sithrax's mark is still carried on Baxel Therion.
I cast jump on myself and
Because
get up onto
of course
him.
you do. Yeah, I mean, if you want to ride him, you can. I mean, if Axel will let you.
I have absolutely thought. This is why I gave you the gems.
Yeah. Okay,
Gems are in the
so yeah.
pocket, and I'm on his head.
Okay,
Let's do this, buddy.
so I need to turn off the map for just a second for our stream while I hop over and put the characters in their right spaces before I take the players over there.
I think I should probably be first.
So yeah, literally put yourself where you are, because what I want to do is I'm going to copy and paste you over to the other side. So literally
I think
put your
probably this
folks.
order, it's, but like with Axel leading the way and Vidar atop him, in this mid and back line, it makes sense to me if it makes sense to everybody else.
Yep.
Okay, I am going to.
Taylor's in the back row.
Give me half a second to do some administration here as I grab my players in their form, their attack configuration. Okay.
This is it, guys. Rocks fall. Get ready.
Yep, rocks fall. I will tell you what is going to happen first, though. Your DM's going to go to the little DM's room because this is going to get crazy fast.
Did we check the door for
Already?
traps first?
Ah!
No.
I'm going now because I'm
Yes,
betting I don't
you
get
have
to
to
go
trap the
again.
door.
So I will be right back. Talk about strategy or things because we're about to go.
Awesome as well.
Okay.
Strategy.
Quick
Right.
prediction. We walk in.
Strategy. Luna, hit hard.
Axel,
Walk in.
throw me.
Hope legendary actions help.
The villain monologues for 7 to 9 minutes about the banality of good and how good will never win. And we show her the power of friendship and love.
I'm gonna punch her in the
And
face.
dragons.
What about my monologue? Hold on, I need at least a 7 to 8.
Oh,
No,
we,
you
okay,
got
we
to
all
turn
get
into a
7 to
dark
9
angel.
minute monologues.
No monologue.
Look,
No
while
monologue.
you two get to monologue, Celia's going to go over, steal everything from her pockets, and then when she comes back, we're just going to be dancing again. It's going to be great.
Real talk in terms of strategy. One thing I'm planning to do with the Horn of Valhalla is I'm gonna, whatever number of berserkers, I'm gonna put a certain percentage on you to act as your blockers, Iska.
My entourage? My
Yes.
bodyguards?
Your entourage.
Yes,
I'm
good.
your agent. Of course, you'll have an entourage. Welcome back, Jay.
Hello.
Here's my final conclusion. Hit them until they're done. Notice how
What?
I said that.
No? Say again?
Hit 'em
That
until
doesn't
they're
work.
done.
I call hacks.
Okay.
Hit it till it's done.
Any final words before you all step through the threshold and
Hey,
into?
guys.
Has everybody
guys,
made their sacrifices to the dice gods?
Hold on.
My final words are I've had a lot of fun. Let's do this.
Right.
Rip and tear till it is done.
Yeah, rip and tear. What? What luck?
Luna is going
oh.
to actually call out again in Primordial for Lunaria.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah,
Okay.
good point.
For justice!
In Draconic for
Don't ride my
Spheres. And I'm gonna read my Scroll of True Sight actually, because I haven't used that yet, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna read my Troll's True Sight.
That is cool. Okay, good to know.
Need to see the weave one last time.
The anticipation sort of begins to fade as you bravely say your words to steel your nerves as you step into this final conflict. As you step across that threshold, you feel your movement begin to slow. Kunk! As a familiar feeling to Axel, you feel a time rune slam into place. And it locks all of you in stasis, unable to move for a moment. You see a large chamber before you, almost 1,500 or 150 feet square. It's much how some of you remember it. The 8 pillars engraved with the primitive symbols representing each of you. The Singer of Fate, the Mother of the Elements, the Blade of the Plains, the Sword of the Spheres, the Hand of the Ancients, and now, more clear to all of you, representing the Reborn, the Old Man, the Monster, and the Angel. They stand against the walls of the room at the edge of a bowl. At its center, you see an altar within this carved out space that reminds you of the Crucible of Souls from the Vineyard where Lysithea was reforged and Rylay was born. That missing spiritual energy from the room you just came from, you now can see where it has gone. It is being siphoned into this chamber, channeled down through these pillars, and is flowing in ghostly rivulets to become these beams of energy that shoot out from all of the pillars to intersect at an altar in the center of the room. You can see that the altar has several different ornate objects on it, but behind it, dominating this space, as amazing as it is, there is a singular presence here that controls your attention. A humanoid figure, the Archmistress of the Arcana Mystica. She is tall, gaunt, elven woman, appearing in robes of midnight purple embellished with platinum embroidery. The low cut of the robes reveals her upper chest, where her pale skin accentuates the bones of her ribcage that is visible in sharp relief on her emaciated form. Her face, which once must have held great beauty, has been ravaged by her efforts of the last century. Her eye sockets are stained by fatigue. Sharp cheekbones seem to threaten to tear through the fragile skin of her face, and her mouth an almost lipless straight line holding the strain normally reserved for tectonic plates behind them. The eyes themselves a mixture of fury, madness, determination, and resolve. The Archmistress looks down at the objects on the altar in front of her. In the center, there is a clockwork heart, even more intricate and ornate than the one that you saw in Kiralydron's chest that was made by Bati. This one is just smaller in scale, and without a center focusing item, as Ryan Talia once served for that item in Kiralydron's heart. You see a sigh of disappointment escape the Archmistress's set features, and she sets aside the object that's currently in her hands. A large egg, almost 18 to 20 inches in diameter, covered in iridescent black scales. There are obvious cracks in its surface, and a small section on the top of the egg seems to have fallen away, as though a hand had been punched through it and removed something from inside. She then reaches over to her left, where another object is prepared on the altar. It is a small pyramid, toward the shape of a large D4 about 4 or 5 inches tall. As she lifts it up around 3 of the points, you see suspended there featureless rings. Familiar rings. The cursed rings that were to be for Luna, Iska, and Axel. Rings that you last saw when she entrusted them to Eva, the Archnullifier. Interestingly, the 4th point is empty, as though the ring intended for that location, Kel's, escaped from even the Archmistress's considerable power when she took the other 3 from the Archnullifier when it came to find Lily. The Archmistress takes up this pyramid and places it into the clockwork frame of the heart. And there is a visible flash of arcane energy as these 2 artifacts come together. The Archmistress then lifts up this clockwork heart, and she slams it into her chest. The heart springs to life, and the clockwork mechanism begins to burrow its way into her flesh. You hear bones crack as what must be an excruciating process accumulates. She does not scream or even flinch. She just stares directly at the party with her hardened gaze. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Are we on the right screen?
Do we need to move to the next map?
Yep,
or
I'm
what's
about
up?
to move you over.
Okay.
Stand by.
Oh boy. Oh, I need to change this number because I keep
Starlight
forgetting I have
standing
the thing.
by. Oh,
Where's
this
my
is it,
initiative?
Celia's ready. She's like, I get to hit her. I'm ready.
I'm
My
very
hands are
nervous.
shaking so damn
Yes,
bad.
ready.
As much as
Where are my
that
numbers?
initiative is better, I rolled a 10 first, so I'm gonna be fair.
I.
I didn't realize we both crit. That's awesome.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
Nice. I'm trying to rescale the screen in Roll20, and my hands are shaking so bad I can't get the little red dot on the squares.
You've got this, man. You've got this.
Samesies.
We are samesies. Go holy power! High five!
Has everyone got theirs in there?
I'm gonna have to add a number to that one. It's 11.
Oh, for the dragon?
Yeah. Need to add an intelligence.
So it's 11? Okay.
Yep.
All this means is that faith takes time. That's all that means.
That's all it means.
Only duo was that faith takes time.
Okay. As the time warp fades, your movement is still sluggish before any of you can sort of jump forward. Iska and Celia ready to get the jump on her. You see as the Archmistress... Oh, let me pull her up for you. Doo-doo-doo. You see as the Archmistress's form splits into 3 distinct figures. The figure to the right, while still definitively the Archmistress drops into a martial arts stance in a corruption of Luna's Genasi heritage. Each hand holds an orb of acid. Her skin crackles with lightning. The planting of her feet rings with thunder, and her hair flows like plasma of pure force. To the left, the already emaciated form of the Archmistress decays even further as the skin sloughing off in places. Staring at Axel, this figure is most definitely a lich.
It's not like I didn't see that roll then when I jumped into roll 20 the other day.
The center figure, the
Oh,
original
boy.
Archmistress, cracks an evil smile and lowers her gaze to Iska. A gaze comprised of one green eye and one gold eye. You then watch as all of their forms shimmer and shift as mirror images of them spawn off each one of them, leaving you with 12 Archmistresses in the room. Iska, you're first.
Iska looks into that one green eye, one gold eye. She raises the gun and she narrows her eyes. And she just, not whispers, but almost just inadvertently lets the words come out. I'm taking your heart, bitch. And
Nice.
she is both going to send a mote and a gunshot at this horrible, just horrible blast from the past. Where is everything at? Sorry, I have so many windows open. Okay, so a shot from Maiden's Will first.
Okay,
You know what? It's the finale. I'm gonna burn an advantage on this. Just let's see what happens.
go for it.
Oh man, that's all right. So that doesn't work out at all for me, but that's fine because I also sent one of the 7 motes flying at her.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. A 22 to hit.
As you watch the bullet go shooting just a little bit ahead of the moat, and as the moat is following it, you see her just move slightly out of the way of the bullet as it goes by her ear, but she's almost moved in direct line of the moat, not expecting the second one, and she uses her reaction for shield, which smashes against the energy of the moat, smashes against the energy of the shield as it does deflect it. But
Gotcha.
you can see her eyes widen. She was not expecting to have to necessarily do that right off the bat. Anything else that you would like to do?
That was action, bonus action, so I'm good for now.
Okay. Celia, you are up.
Okay. So, Celia pulls out her bow and notches one of the unbreakable arrows.
Nice.
And she's gonna aim it right in between Archmistress's eyeball, the real one.
Okay. Give it a shot.
And it's with advantage, so I'm going before
You
her.
are? Absolutely. On a
Really?
on a
This is what you're going to do?
Do you have any chat inspiration, anything?
I have an inspiration I could use. Let's go ahead. Yeah, let's use an inspiration.
Since we already know shields up, I don't know if that's enough.
Yep.
24. Yep,
A
that's how that goes.
24 hits.
Yeah!
It is non-magical, so you do. Oh no, it is. It's an unbreakable arrow, so I'll call it as counted as magical damage. So yeah, that comes shooting forward, and go ahead and roll me that damage.
Alright, let me make sure that my sneak attack button is clicked. Because I know I always forget to.
Yep, you went first, so it is a sneak attack. As she sort of dives out of the way of the bullet and then reflects off the this mote of magic, which she, in her mind, is thinking, really? A crossbow? Seriously? She basically just plants her feet ready for it to smash off the shield, and you watch as this unbreakable arrow hits where it should have shattered and just spirals through almost in slow motion, and as soon as it gets through the shield, just puts a huge line of blood and gore, cuts deep into the side of her face for 33 points of damage.
And then I am going to how high are the pillars?
They are about 12 feet high.
Could she like duck
Oh,
here and use her bonus action to hide?
Yeah, they're big enough to hide behind. I think you're trying to climb it. No, they're big enough to hide behind.
I blanked on moving. Do you mind if I move?
Oh
as
yeah,
well?
go
Is
ahead and
that-
move. I assume you would have.
And stealth. Okay, cool.
Okay. Next up. Cool. Next up, the monk mistress. She pulls. You see her lean down and slam these 2 spheres of acid into the ground, where they become a wave. And again, in this mockery of Luna, rides this wave forward towards the party. And she is going to land. Oh, I think she's going to go. Let's see. Hide from others. Stand by. I need to measure. Oh, yeah, that'll work. She is going to use her acid wave and ride that 90 feet all the way up into here. And there's a huge splash as it splashes down. I need Luna, Luck, Vidar, and Axel. Looks like Iska and Celia around the corner are outside of that. So go ahead and do me a dexterity check, please.
Save or a check?
I'm sorry, a dexterity save.
Thank you. Oof, 18.
Just reading something.
Oh wow.
Nice.
I need to double check if I have advantage for that or not. Wait, no, that would have worn off. Never mind. I don't think I do, unless there's a month thing I'm forgetting.
And this I want to do. That was it.
Okay.
Did we get one from... There's Axel from Baxatherian.
Okay. 14.
14. So, Vidar, you are able to leap out of the way, but you're still hit by some of this acid damage. It does 15 points. I'm sorry, no, it does 7 points of acid damage to yourself. Axel, Baxatherian, you are able to only take those 7 points as well. Luna, you will take 15 points, however, you are...
I take 3 because
resistant to acid,
Evasion.
and then also evasion.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And
Nice.
then Luck,
Ow.
you will take the full 15 on your dexterity save of 14.
That's +3, so that's 15, 16, 17. Because of
17, I think is, let me just double check. 17 still just misses.
just misses. Okay,
Yep.
then that's half damage.
Yep. I need for Luna and for Luck to make me a perception check.
All right. Perception.
17.
Perception's not my gig.
Yep. No. The monk. It just sort of you see her land and go down into a patient defense, ready to fend off attacks as she is now sort of up in the front line. That is her
That's
turn.
cute.
You see.
Good that she did that, because I'm going to use a legendary action.
Okay, go for it.
Tail attack.
On
17.
a 17, unfortunately, it misses. She is able to dodge out of the way of that, as she seems to have taken some of that intellect of the Archmistress and has changed it into her dexterity for this purpose.
Axe.
It's fine, I'm hacking as well.
Yep. As you all watch the Archmistress at the top of her turn, ripping out from her sides, you see 6 additional clockwork arms, almost like a spider, rip out of the sides of her. And you see, yeah, dude, of course it is. Of course it's dude, it was your future if you got cursed, man. You see them rip out of her side, and you see all 8 sets of arms begin to cast.
Oh boy.
So, she, is going to do that.
Spells.
I need, so you see as this small sphere of like crackling black void energy comes tearing towards all of you.
Is any of this, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there is. No, it is absolutely, she is casting a spell. If you are...
So, okay, somatic or material components that I could potentially interrupt?
Stand by. I'm pretty sure it does, but let me just double check. Yep, it's all 3. It's verbal,
Alright.
somatic, and mechanical.
I take a d6 of damage
Yep.
to do this, and I get the shot off to see if I can interrupt her from doing it.
Yep. Remember, she still has shield up, so.
Yeah, but it's worth a shot, right?
Yeah, look, dice. It's fine. Hey!
On a 29.
Don't even need it.
Actually, because it's disadvantage, right, on those shots?
It's disadvantage. It's
But still, a
24.
24 will hit. So, and what is it? It's a interrupts the casting, correct?
Interrupts the casting.
And the spell is wasted. Holy shit, there goes my game. Okay, so, yeah, she starts to cast, and you see her begin to do it, and as she's about to throw this ball of dark energy, rippling with waves of psychic energy come off of it, as she lifts it up, a bullet goes slamming through the center of her palm and the spell dissipates. She also takes damage if you want to go ahead and roll that damage.
13 piercing, 12 lightning.
The piercing does everything you would expect it to be. For her, the lightning does, with all of this energy flowing over her, does not seem to do any additional. It does do damage. It does not do as much as you expected.
Gotcha. That's fine.
Yeah.
Whew, it's mostly about just no more AoE stuff. No. I'm done, Spider Lady. No.
Yeah.
And Spider.
With that, she just ducks back behind the altar to take. She will, from where you all are, she would basically have full cover from you as she ducks down. Maybe Vidar on top of a dragon 15 feet up. She probably has half cover to sight from Vidar and Axel, but does not have full cover to everyone else. And Vidar, you are up. Damn, that was such my good opening move.
3.5 years
Just
later.
like last session. Just like
3.5
last
years
session.
later, I'm starting to figure out how D&D works.
All right. So Vidar seeing her duck down is like.
Can I just
gonna
say,
raise his hand.
I have 2 words to say to all of y'all. Int saves. Intelligence saves. Yeah. 2 words. Intelligence saves. Okay. Vidar, you are up.
Vidar's gonna raise his hand and also say to Axel, Axel, close your eyes for just a second. And he's gonna utter a curse in Draconic and cast Hex on our wonderful Archmistress. As I can...
If you can
Does
see her,
mine-
yeah. She has half cover, but you have sight, so that...
True. And I have true sight, so her mirror images wouldn't be...
Son of a bitch, I haven't been doing mirror image. Help me remember to do mirror image. I'm not going to go back and try to redo it now, but remind me if in the future to go on for that I need to do my mirror images. I completely forgot. I even have it written down in my notes to remember. It's like, remember your mirrors.
Put down tokens.
It's mostly for tech rolls, but yeah.
Yep. Well, it would have been. It would have worked for Celia's.
Yeah.
Would have been for the mirror.
So I'm going to choose her intelligence to give her disadvantage on.
Disadvantage on intelligence checks?
Yes.
Okay. It's checks and
Then-
saves or just checks?
Just checks.
Okay, cool.
I'm going for saves. So I am then going to solo step Axel, if you don't mind.
You're gonna take some damage.
I am gonna ask you to close your eyes.
Yeah, as long as I don't get completely screwed over.
Yes. So you take 10 points of radiant damage as I solo step towards her. And
Tickles.
just... She's going to take it too. Make it too. So she can make a Constitution saving throw as I... illuminate.
Okay, Constitution saving throw. That's a
She's gonna take
22.
10 Okay, she's not blind. She's still going to take that 10 points of radiant damage.
Yep.
It's not going to be so easy for you to just hide away like this. I honestly think you
Oh
should
man,
just
I forgot to roll the.
give up.
Where is my Lich?
You're not. I thought
Oh,
it was,
she's on 17, so that's it's.
Yeah.
I know that she's on 17, so.
Yay.
Did I not move her over? Do you all see Lich? Do you all see the Lich, Triss?
Yeah.
No. I don't.
Yeah.
The initiative, no.
I
Oh, we
think I
don't-
moved her.
yeah.
To the, I moved her to the map layer instead of to the token layer. There we go.
That's all good. And
Okay.
yeah, I am just going to hack and slash.
So Hex's bonus action.
Hex's
you take-
bonus action,
did you end up
solo
taking-
step is walking.
Yep. Solar
And-
step is walking, and so yeah, you can try to hit 13. Of
And-
course, a natural one does not hit.
I'm going to use a luck die on that last one.
Okay.
21.
21 does not hit. She dodges out of the way. Cool. And that's that, correct?
Yes, that's that.
You
Okay.
done?
Yeah.
Legendary
I brought
action.
Did I bring Axel with me? Oh, good. Yes.
I thought the plan was to bring me with you.
I just didn't
which
want
is
to blind
awesome.
you. But no, if
do
this
you
works,
not bring
this
me with
works
you?
too.
It's.
No, it doesn't
It's up
bring him
to-
with you. No, it only. It's not like a thunderstorm.
I thought it did. That's cool.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
Cool. Okay.
I just didn't want to blind you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's
you
fine.
would,
I will
because
still
you
use
could have
Tail
been blinded.
Actually, what's luck?
Oh,
you're a dick,
I'm
forget.
sorry. I also use an orbital blade stagger. I forgot I had that little bit. That little.
Oh yeah, you do. The
baby
little,
with
it's
Oh,
a,
you got
yeah,
the
it's non,
little-
it's
little-
a
little
yeah,
friend.
little non-magical.
Yeah. God, where is it? Companion characters, orbital blade. She's not holding on to any weapons yet, is she?
Nope.
Okay.
None of them have weapons.
I mean, that one would hit.
So let me do. I'm gonna do my roll. I'm gonna remember my roll my
Mirror?
d20s.
No, because I can see through her illusion.
Orbital
Which is
blade is not truly controlled by you.
True, but they do have blind sense as well.
Oh, you're right. They absolutely do have blind sense.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Oh, I can.
I'll allow it. You do see that they, as being non-magical weapons, they have very little effect on her. As in, really, very little effect on her.
That's 5,000 cuts.
Yeah,
Mhm.
all 5,000 cuts.
Yep. Okay.
Right. You finished?
Yes.
Did I? Okay. Tail
Sorry.
attack. Ooh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't come up for me yet. It's nat one though.
Yeah, it's an that one.
Okay. You see Axel as you attack with your tail. You can see that the second set of arms casts sort of sloppily a spell aimed at Luck. Luck, as she does have advantage on her casting with her arms, and it's a natural 20. As you take,
Wait, this is targeted at me. Like,
it is targeted at you.
all right, I'm burning a judgment. Let's
Ooh,
try
right.
this. I do have this spell sunder, and I'm going to amplify it. So take 1 damage,
Okay.
and they need to. I need to make a DC ability check.
Yep.
10 plus the spell's level. Okay. Come on. I'm going to mulligan.
Okay.
And come on. 19.
On a 19, the spell is sundered. It was Axel, with just your training in magic, you would recognize it as it was a cantrip. And that it was sort of almost sloppily casting it. But as soon as it finishes casting the spell, the other 2 sets of arms seem to become more adept at their spell casting, as it seems like they are learning.
Yay.
Next up is Axel, or Baxotherion.
It's not the Lich. I thought that was a reaction from.
Oh, that was reaction. I'm sorry. Yes, it is the Lich. Oh, this one's easy.
Oh yeah, Finger of Death.
Well, yeah. Luck, as you sunder the spell of the arms of the Archmistress, you are looking that way as the Lich points her finger at you, the person who broke the holy lock that was on this place to keep Asmodeus off. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. As you see a green mote of energy head out towards you. And as it fails, you are hit with Finger of Death from the Lich. It is necrotic, so you have resistance to necrotic.
I do.
I'm gonna
hold on,
make-
hold on.
Oop.
I'm making that a 20 on his save.
Okie dokie. So on a 23, you do save, which would then make this quarter damage from 53 necrotic down to 22, down to 11 points of necrotic damage as this beam goes shooting from this lich, the lichtress, into you. That is all she's gonna do. She's gonna move over to get herself some cover. She's gonna slide over here to give herself some cover, and as she does, you see her raise up her hands in this strange motion, and as a bonus action, where is my Lichtress? There she is. Luna, from behind you, you hear the bones begin to rattle as skeletons begin to rise out of the pit of bones from behind you, coming to life to serve this lich. 7 of them in total. 4 from one side, 3 from the other. As Lich got a Lich, raises up the skeletons of the sacrifices that they
Lich
used
just be
for the
tripping, yo.
space. And you see them starting to climb up out of this giant pile of bones that you are standing on top of. Now, Baxeltherion. Sorry.
Okay. Because I've realized that I've got so many abilities now, don't want to spend them doing cool things. Baxeltherion is going to, grumble to himself. So much for giving you the gems, and he is going to launch himself in that direction. Sort of take it to the air and coming down.
Okay.
Draw back, and as a crackling beam of lightning shoots out. It may not be totally effective, but it's a breath weapon.
Nice.
As he aims line between those two.
Awesome. Okay.
Who Dex saves, please?
Dex saves.
Meantime.
From
What's the
Clockwork
significance of the
Mistress.
gems?
Use them for my spellcasting.
So,
That's all right, I don't
dexterity
mind. It's
saving
funny.
throw from her.
Is this really
what
the
is the
time to
save?
DC 19.
The Clockwork Mistress rolls a 19. The Lich rolls a 17. And wait, I just gotta check whether Liches have resistance to magical stuff. They do not have. They do not have. They do not have.
Is it
That's
magic?
perfect too, because the Archmistress is like lightning doesn't do much damage to her, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
one of
how
them
much
has to fail,
damage is
right?
that?
Let's see, 57.
57 points of damage to the Lichtress. Let me just check. She does have resistance to lightning, but that's still.
You know what? I'm gonna luck die that.
Yeah, that's
luck
true.
die the
Actually,
damage.
damage.
Okay, yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I don't
to.
think it's the best roll it could be, so I'm gonna do it again. It might be worse. Who knows? Nope, 68.
68. So that would be 34 points of damage to the Lichtress over here. As even though her body, being undead in form, is somewhat resistance to the lightning, with the power of an adult bronze dragon's breath weapon, it is still does quite a bit of damage to her. And you sort of see her shudder from that lightning as it courses through her bony frame. You see sort of more of that flesh that had been sort of dropping off of her fall out, some of the organs falling out from inside of her rib cage. Luna, I have you on the thing twice for some reason. Actually, everyone's showing up. No, they're not. Never mind. It's just you. But you're
It might be old
That's
versions of us.
weird.
whatever. Okay.
be an
Yeah, I
old
thought I
version.
cleared it. But anyway, you're on a 10 though, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So
Recharge, is that the end of my round I roll for that?
yep,
Or
you roll for
beginning of my
that,
Next.
or at the beginning of your next, either one, because you
Yeah.
can't use it as a reaction or anything. So, but
Yep.
might as well know what.
Also, yeah, thank you. Sorry. He'll growl to Vidar, the amber, please. And he'll sort of grab it, I guess, if he can.
Yeah, with your hand. I mean,
Yeah.
on the one, it looks like it does not recharge. Luna is up next, unless you got anything else there, Baxeltherion.
That's my turn done.
Luna, you are up.
All right. Luna kind of like glances back at the skeletons, looks at the well, I guess the Litress is behind the column, just kind of like out loud, how quaint, and then blows the horn of Valhalla.
Oh, son of a gun. Okay.
This just got way more complicated, and I'm gonna make it worse.
It's only 7. It's
Only
only
7.
7 berserkers.
So I will say that as you call these down, just literally for my own sanity, unless you have something else you want them to do, that they engage the 7 skeletons, seeing as that just worked out very nicely.
Yes.
So,
Yes, that's the intent.
okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
you
that's
blow the horn, and as these skeletons come up, you watch as this fog rolls in, and you hear an answering call of Valhalla. And it's interesting. You see from within the Genasi stones of those bone constructs, these are not warriors of Valhalla. There are 7 Genasi warriors who had been felled and lives had been used within the gems, and they rise up. Fire, water, earth, air, rise up, and just as
Long
the
ago.
Lichtress had raised up these skeletons who were in the room, Luna calls forth her Genasi brethren to come and fight for them, and each one of these skeletons now engaged with these warriors of Lunaria.
See, I was attempting to make your life simpler.
Truly, I'm all for this. I love the imagery. So yeah, you
Nice.
see these spiritual
I
warriors of
assume-
Lunaria.
I assume that would be my action, I believe. to
That
blow
is
the
your
horn.
action to blow the horn, I believe.
Okay, but I can still move.
Yes, you can.
I'm going to move. It helps if I put on the move thing. Let's see. I'm going to do that. Basically, I want to get by the monk without preventing an opportunity attack, so I'm going to kind of go around Luck.
Yeah, you can swing around Luck, and she wouldn't be able to get you.
Okay, yeah, so we'll think so. That's okay, and then I should still have another
Yeah, because you're 40, 45.
45, I believe.
Hey,
I
Renee!
get to. I think I'll get to
Hey,
the
Jay!
bear.
Sorry, I'm yelling out, giving shout-outs. Go
No
ahead.
problem. Actually, we'll right behind that pillar
Okay, cool.
for now.
Very good.
Berserkers are busy. I have to be your entourage for now. That's good. My bad.
Very cool. Anything else you'd like to do?
Bonus. Oh, actually, wait. Don't I have a bonus spell thing? Oh, yes. As a bonus action, spiritual weapon.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. I'm not. I'm summoning.
Yeah, you can summon
Actually,
it. It can attack on its summon.
Oh, never mind. Well,
So
yeah.
yeah, but the
so,
13. Well, it depends on what you're going after.
Yeah, it would. I probably would have left it by the pseudo monk to give Luck some backup.
Okay, cool. No, that works fine. A 13 does not hit. But
Okay.
yeah, you have a spiritual weapon that is there. I'm just gonna. take a
You
second
know
to
what?
start.
In honor of Luck, it is a pickaxe.
Cool. It's a big purple pickaxe. Right there. It's the worst ever. Anyway, spiritual
Pro
weapon.
streamer.
Pro streamer right here. Pro DM. Speaking of Luck, you are up.
I'm just gonna ignore this problem in front of me. Alright, I'm gonna step here and simply say, surrender now!
Oh, to the monk?
Yep. Yeah?
You look at her and you see her smile and her teeth sort of rotten from the acid part of her Genasi heritage, and she just sort of slowly sinks deeper into her defensive stance.
I'm going to make a swing.
Okie dokie.
Do 17.
On a 17, unfortunately misses.
Alright, as a bonus action, I am going to take the shove action.
Ooh, okay.
and I'm going to attempt to shove them down.
I'm trying to think. In a patient defense, would you have disadvantage against that?
No.
No,
For
she
shove.
has
Is it an attack?
advantage. It's a attempt to knock her down, and
Yeah.
she's going to make an acrobatics check. She gets advantage on that.
Okay. Cool. So, is it strength for
28.
acrobatics? Yeah.
Yeah, it's either
Yeah, it's
an
your
athletics
28
or acrobatics.
against my dex, and it's a check, not a save, correct?
It's a check.
You knock her down, man.
So it's sort of missing with the first one. He takes a step in and shoulder barges them down to the floor, and goes to swing as they're down on the ground.
Yep. And as you slam your shoulder into her, and she falls over, you do see that sort of plasma hair sort of reach out in a rebuke against that action. As your shoulders right up at a 29, I know will hit you. You take 16 points of force damage as a rebuke from her patient defense. That it seemed her patient defense does not seem to be quite as passive as she cheats. She cheats at cards.
She cheats. That's 8.
So yeah, you take 16 points of force damage.
Half. I've got my shield up. So
Yep.
8. Right,
now I'm
no,
just imagining.
16. Half of 16. 7 or 8? That's 8 damage, isn't it?
8. Yep.
8, yeah. And then we'll make a stand. We'll do it. Straight roll. 30.
Oh, a 30 will hit her.
I'll do.
13.
Yep. So she takes that full 13 radiant damage
And yep.
plus
And
another
then-
8, so 21 points of radiant damage. She does
And
take.
we'll-
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
$2 from J. John Golds.
Oh, and a healing dice just to finish off.
Thank you so much, J. John's Gold. Get us all the way to our goal there. Thank you. Appreciate it. So she takes 21 points. As you do hit her, oh no, that only happens once to return. So you already got the rebuke once. She can't do it again. Next up, Iska with your gun.
Okay,
Iska's
can you
got
remind
a
me
gun.
who is using the mirror images? Like who?
All of them are. Every one of them has mirror images. I just forgot to roll them the first time. So your
All
bullet
of
attack.
them?
Yeah, all of them have mirror image up. Like I said, there's all of them have mirror image. So
Hacks.
That's
so
fine,
actually
that's
on that
fine.
30, I need to remember. I need to roll
Mirror, yeah, do the mirror image.
30.
to see whether it
It's why
actually hit.
Vidar used the true seeing.
On
It's
an
fine, I don't
8, which I think I have to on the first one, I have to roll higher than a 6. Well, 3 up. Yep. So she loses one of. She does not take that damage. She loses one of her mirrors. You see one of the images around her
Good work,
shatter.
good work, good stuff.
Luna.
Yes.
So I need to figure. I'm trying to figure this out.
Want a piggyback ride? We can do this.
No, I just what I want to figure out right now, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to ask it, but I don't know how to. Are you with these mirror images, Luna? Is it better for you to be able to know exactly what's going on and see the truth of it, or is it Iska with the gun and the moats? Because I could clear it up for one of us, but it's a one and done, unfortunately.
I say clear it up for you since I have more attacks than you.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
on
because her 4 attacks, she's got more chances, whereas you've only
Yeah.
got one shot.
All right.
Exactly. So clear it up for yourself.
So
You only
action
got
based
one
on
shot,
me. Yeah.
one opportunity.
I will not miss my chance to blow.
Fate needs to have the clearest eyes here.
Well said. And she'll touch herself, raise her hand to her chest, and cast True Seeing on herself.
And you see the other mirror images around the Archmistress, the Archlich, and the Monk Mistress all fade away as you're able to quickly identify which ones are the real hers.
Okay. Great. You know what? I might help Luck back here with his. I'll send as a bonus action one of my motes that way to kind of help out. I
Yep,
mean,
the monk.
sure.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see what happens. It is a 27.
27 hits.
So it's
And
mode
you have
of
true
light.
sight, so there is no mirror question.
Goes flying forth and ends up doing 26
Damn.
points of
Well, that's all that
radiant
damage.
damage.
All
like,
that damage that I just got to get back. She just took again. So, yeah, no. And she sort of whips her head around, seeing that her mirrors were no issue to you, seeing your eyes glowing with true sight.
It's that one.
Which one?
You finished
What?
this guy?
What?
1, 2, 3 from the left. Yes, I'm finished. Sorry, Axel.
Celia.
All right. I'm going to use a tech opportunity. No, legendary action.
Okay.
Because, geez, 24 against the Archmistress.
That hit before.
On a 24 hits. Yep.
Okay. 15 bludgeoning damage.
I
it's
don't
magical.
think that's magical, is it?
It's not.
Okay. So, yeah,
Pretty
so
sure
it
it's not.
takes
Yeah,
7
it's not.
points of bludgeoning. So, as you do that, you see her arms begin to cast as she, the second set of arms casts. As you know it to be a simple but effective spell, she casts magic missiles at the dragon.
I'm going to use Mage Slayer to get
Ooh.
an attack of opportunity on her.
Okay. You take
that-
4 points of force damage, as you see that it's like just a level 1 spell, but now you see the third set of arms becoming more adept at its casting.
Well, have this.
On a...
That's a crit too, because I crit on 19th on a cursed
It's an
target.
18.
the roll...
It's an 18.
Oh no, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yep.
You were hopeful. You were hopeful.
Yeah.
I
but
like where your head's at, though. I like where
Like where
your
your
head's
head's at. But, yeah, no, you... let's see, stand by.
I read the wrong thing, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
an 18.
I don't think that there's a thing she can do about that.
Let's go with no and have her take the damage.
I aim for that arm that cast that spell.
I was just about to say, like, can I look up called hit?
Yeah,
called
no,
job
she did.
rolls?
There's not a thing she can do. She's already got shield up, and she's used her reaction. So she takes 21 points of slashing. You do see the necrotic has no effect.
That's fine. So 21 slashing.
Yep.
D6 was additional necrotic. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I aim for the arm and just slash.
Oh, wait. Let me roll my D20. She's got a D20. Sorry.
Jesus thing.
Is this mirror?
Mirrors. They all have mirrors.
That's all right because I can see through 'em.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Never
I've
mind.
got black
Yeah,
side
you
as
see.
well.
Yeah, you've got you've got.
We all see through them.
Like I said, guys, help me. I've got 12 damn mirrors
I've
to keep
got
up
you,
with.
dude. I've
11
got you.
now,
No
so
worries,
bear
no
with me.
worries.
Ed.
Just don't roll the mirrors and let us kill her.
No,
She's got to
roll the
have
mirror.
something on her side.
Yeah, it's my sword in her face.
So she's down her legendary. That's that. Oh, I need to roll her a thing. Stand by. Ooh, yeah, this is good because Axel's right there. Axel, as the second set of arms begins to cast, you see that it's drawing on her arcane energy. Almost a fiery arcane energy is burning her away, and you watch as these clockwork mechanisms begin to start almost look like they're assimilating her.
Oh. That sounds
Stand by. Ooh. And yeah, you see that it seems as though she has been assimilated. About 15% of her body has become assimilated by clockworks. And you don't know what it means when she becomes perhaps fully assimilated by this clockwork heart, maybe Bati's last strike back at the Archmistress as well.
Yeah.
Celia, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna drop my bow and pull out natural causes and my rapier. And I'm gonna run over to the nice person who's just all nice and set up for me, just lying on the ground.
Oh, shit, she's prone. Okay.
Stab.
This is gonna hurt. I get my d20s ready, because...
Yeah, mirror image.
Yeah. Natural causes.
So you have advantage when she's prone, is that right?
Yes.
So a 25 does hit. On a 12, which with 2 left... On a 12, I've got it written down right here. On a 11 or higher, you see another one shatter. She only has one left.
And 13. Sad.
Oh, the last one.
Actually, I'm gonna luck die that.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see the roll come through, so go ahead and luck die.
That's better.
I've not seen the roll. What is the roll?
It's 21.
On a 21 on the Monk Mistress, just hits.
Yay!
Let me roll my d20. Come on, girl. 11. Nope. You hit her.
Cool. And let's find out if she has.
So what's damage first? For some reason, I'm not getting the rolls coming through.
Yeah, okay, so the damage is 29 plus 9, 38 damage.
Okay.
I'm red boxing. That's why you're not getting the rolls.
I was too and went to refresh.
Yeah, I've got
and
that.
It's not refreshing.
It's okay. It's fixed.
Okay.
Now it's
There we go. So 38 points of
just
damage.
temporary.
Yeah, you see that.
And as I do that, I would like to banish her, please.
Ooh. I forget, does she get a save on that? It's a willpower
It's
save,
a
right?
contested charisma save.
Oh, shnikes. Okay.
Tiamat's not there to eat her anymore.
So, what's your... Go ahead and do... Oh,
Mine is a 22.
I rolled a 22 if I would have had advantage. So it's a 9. Wah, wah.
Hi.
Roll me your D4 of how long she's
So
gone.
she is gone. It's 1d4 plus 1.
If you roll a 4. A 3,
Three.
that's still pretty bad. So yeah, the Monk Mistress disappears into...
That should give us some time. She looks like says, that'll save some time.
You just see her get pulled away into the void. Which, yeah, now she misses her turn. Darn it. I am...
15 misses.
A tail misses. Okay. Seeing
somebody's turn.
that, the third set of arms is going to cast a spell. And seeing what Cilia just did is going to target Cilia with a Scorching Ray. And Scorching Ray is 3 individual attacks, right?
Yes.
A 30 I know will hit, another 30 will hit, and a 32 will hit.
Yeah, those all hit.
Yeah. So for
Yeesh.
6 fire plus another 8 fire plus another 6 fire. So a total of 20 points of fire damage. And Axel, again, there in front of you, you see those arms now more and more adept, coming up on 3rd level spells. You know what some of that might mean. With that, the Archmistress, at the beginning of her turn, oh, she's not gonna, oh yeah, that's gonna work. So, the Archmistress begins to cast a spell again. You see it begin to coalesce within her hands. I'm making a big description here. Is anyone hopping in?
No, I've already used my reaction.
You
I don't
use
have
a
enough spell
reaction.
slots.
I don't
Yeah.
get back to my next turn.
You know what? I'm gonna use my 4th
You know what? I
level.
get the true side. I'll do one more try to interrupt.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I'll take the extra d6. Just
Does that use your reaction though? Because I think
It does.
it does. I think so. I think that's to do that, shot uses your reaction, which you've already used.
It's a new round, isn't it?
Hasn't reached. It hasn't reached.
That's the question. The first time. No, the first time she. Yeah, because it's been. It is a new round for her. Because
her turn has
it's
already
been her
happened.
turn
I
since.
can walk away from it. I'm not.
No. You're right. I'm wrong.
You sure?
Yeah. Because you interrupted her before, and she's on 21. So you on 26, you got refresh.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
make
already
sure.
refreshed. Because you guys. Yeah, you're good.
All right,
Yeah.
so disadvantage again. Let's see what happens. That is that's nothing. Nope, that's 13. This thing won't do it.
Yep, on a 13, she does not. You see that purple circle go shooting across and explode, sort of right in the middle of this area. I need Luck, Celia, Iska, and Luna, please, to make me a intelligence saving throw.
Has Vidal's already used their
Reuse my reaction.
Oh no.
I'm going to luck.
Oh
that.
no. Synaptic static, damn it.
You know what? I'll luck die it as well. I've only used one so far. Let's just pray for the best. Iska's very stupid.
Luna, you're lucking as well. Okay.
And I'm going to use a bardic inspiration dice because this sounds bad.
Okay. So we got a 19 and a 23, it looks like.
That's a
Or no, I'm sorry. So Luck, you went to a 18 with a 5. Luna went to an 18 with a 4. You lucky people. On a DC of 18, you only take Celia 21 points of psychic damage. It's not a dexterity save, so you do take it. 21 there. Luna takes 21 points of psychic damage. Luck takes 21 points of psychic damage. Iska, you take 42 points of psychic damage and are confused. As in, per the spell.
Oh no. Oof, dear.
Damn.
Took me around,
Okay,
but she finally got to do her thing. Think.
Don't pick on my team.
So, with that, gosh, she's right there in all of you. You've already hit her. Ooh, does she want to? I don't know, so she wouldn't know whether Vidar, she would know, has already attacked her once. I can't remember whether Axel has. She, these...
Not reaction.
These arms that are spider-like, literally, lift her up and scurry her as she moves very rapidly. She's actually going to move over to her lichy friend. Let me...
I tell the orbital blades to follow follow her psychically.
Yeah, I'll
So Dagger
take a
just-
reaction attack.
Yep, so you can take your reaction. I believe that for a dragon it will be a claw.
Oh, claw? Yep, no worries. Probably makes sense. Claw 22.
On a 22... Oh.
Is her shield still up?
No, it's... Well, the question is whether it's about to go back up. Yeah, she's going to put her shield back up. Okay. So yeah, it does hold it off. It does hold it off, but she's used her reaction now, which I would have liked to have had for later.
If they can't see anything. They can't cast spells as everyone else.
That's true. Excuse me.
How big is the dragon big enough to block line of sight?
Is dragon big enough to drop
That's a
line of
valid
sight?
question.
That's a good question.
You could lay down on your stomach, maybe. I'd say.
I mean,
it's tough.
potentially. I mean, I would definitely take it under
so-
advisement if you wanted to do that. On initiative 20, you see a battle erupting back between the skeletons and the Genasi warriors. Let's do a contested D100. Go for it, Luna. You roll a D100. I'll roll a D100. What do you want? High or low? Be the people who get the upper hand.
Let's go. I don't know. Let's go with low because I don't trust the dice.
Oh,
The dice.
oh no!
my!
Yes!
Oh.
Somebody clip that!
Oh,
No!
roll a
Side note,
D100.
We had a
And it's the
natural one
worst
on a
option.
D100 last week too.
Oh my god, it's not like it's a big relevant thing, but that's just
Chat.
great.
Yes!
Lovely.
With that,
For Lunaria!
with that, I have no choice but to say they get down all of the skeletons because that's fate.
That's a chef's kiss. Just
Never tell me the odds.
Oh my lord! I don't even know what just happened. I don't even know what just happened.
Chris, what is
The
that?
luck to God smiled upon me.
Seriously, what happened was Energy 9 did her her sacrifices to the dice gods just
As I always
perfectly, and they just said, "Here you go."
It's the head wrap. The head wrap gives me life.
At the end of their turn, yeah, as a big old fu, the arms on not that I'm bitter, but I'm bitter. The top set of arms off of the Archmistress cast Fireball.
Rude!
Right there in the middle of you guys again. I need deck saves from
No, I'm,
unless do you have
no,
a
I've
thing?
already used my reaction.
Yep, you
I've
did.
already
You
used it.
used your reaction so you can't counterspell.
It's not like I got all the slots for it anyway.
Yep, I need deck saves from Luck, Celia, Luna, and Iska.
Okay. Thanks.
Save! Ah!
Yeah!
Everyone, people staying or using stuff?
I've got Shield Master.
I don't
Oh, yeah.
remember what the DC was before. I guess I'll use an inspiration.
That's a number.
Be safe.
it's a number.
I could tell you, but I don't want to.
I'm not doing great.
'Cause I'm a
Okay.
dick. It's alright.
So, everyone saves except for Luck. Luck, you take 28 points of fire damage. For those of you who with evasion on deck saves and all that kind of stuff, it would be 14, and then down one further would be 7 points of fire damage. You see frustration.
Evasion
Use-
complete
use-
So you
damage.
take 0.
Ugh. Rogues and monks and magical
Don't hate the
damage
player,
resistance.
hate the game.
And Masters of Shields.
Okay, let me mark that off my spell list. Mark that off. Marked that off. Good lord, marked that off. That's one thing. Oh wait, she's got to do a thing. I got to do the thing because the Archmistress is using those arms. Ooh, that's gonna be close. That's gonna be close.
Excited.
You see that assimilation start to creep forward, but you see the clockwork, you see the mistress like grit her teeth down and fight it back, her own flesh now seeming to be in a fight for her life against this clockwork mechanism that she has now implanted in herself. Vidar, you are up.
So what's going on right now with this magic circle in the center and these beams of energy?
I liked it
Is that
because
still
it looked
happening?
pretty.
It is very pretty.
That's
The
what's
ritual's
going
already
on
been
there,
done.
Vidar. That's what's going on there, Vidar. It was a cool prop in Roll20, so I used it.
Good.
Title
I already-
session. What's with this cool arcane rune? It looked cool. Oh.
It's a cool
Wonderful.
arcane
But what about
rune.
the door?
The door's interesting, but I'd like to. Let's see. I'm gonna look back at Axel while holding up Ryan Talia and say, "Close your eyes one more time."
Okay.
Solo step. You're gonna take 10 points of damage, and I'm sorry, but I am gonna appear right behind them.
Oh gosh, 10 for both of
Vidar,
them.
that's not what they mean when they say walking on sunshine. That's not what they mean.
Walking on sunshine, explosions.
And they can both make me Constitution saving throws. DC.
Okay, Constitution saving throws by both. So this is Clockwork Mistress. What's DC again?
15.
Clockwork Mistress on a 16. And the Lichtress con save on a natural 20. So, yeah, they both save. They are not blind.
And I am going to, as a bonus action, cast Blinding Smite.
On who?
On myself.
Oh, right. But I'm sorry. Yes, you then attack later. Sorry.
And then I am going to attack the Archmistress while I go to cut for her arms.
Okay.
And so here comes the first one. 28.
28
Second
will hit.
one, 24.
24
Well, I'm going
will
to
hit
use
as well.
But I am
You still
gonna
have
use-
Maris because you asked us to remind you.
That's
Yes,
okay,
we do
because I
have
can see
mirrors.
through.
Yeah, see through him. Yeah, he can see through him.
And yeah, I'm gonna. Now where's Blinding Smite? I'm so sorry. Where's it? Blinding Smite? Where is it? Oh, there's so much. She doesn't need to make me a DC 18. No. Hold on. DC 19 Constitution saving throw.
DC 19 con save on the Archmistress. She is going to use a legendary resistance to save, and takes another 24 points of radiant damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And bonus action. What's my bonus actions available? Oh, the Orbital Blade is going to make 2 daggers attack against the Lichtress.
Okay.
I'm going to tell the dagger to keep the Lich occupied and don't let it cast a spell.
Little Blade's doing good work.
What?
The first one misses. The second one, again, does not do much damage, but it does hit her. You done?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah. I don't know what else. I
Yeah.
can't-
So on on her legendary action, the Lichtress, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to use an advantage for this. Thank you, chat. (23)
On a 23, you will save, but you will still take 10 points of necrotic damage as she tries to disrupt your life force with necrotic damage. And then I need you to make me a Wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to use another.
Keep track of y'all's using your things. Remember, it's 5 total
Yep.
of donations.
Then we're going to use another advantage on this. Wisdom, wasn't it?
Wisdom.
Thank you. What you doing to me, Jay?
On a 29, you resist whatever effect that she was trying to do. You don't know as the second set of arms, begin to cast, and I need to do her thing.
Okay, do any of them have a
Constitution.
weapon on them at the moment?
And you see that she still is holding her own against the clockwork, clockwork mechanisms.
Do any of them have a weapon on them, such as a dagger or anything like that?
Nope.
No. Okay, well they can just have a stellar reaction where they're going to take 1d12 plus my charisma modifier and damage back to them.
For what?
Ryan Tallies, stellar reaction.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So you're going to go ahead and use it?
Yeah, I'm going to use that. So 1d12 plus 5 for 6 damage. 6 radiant damage against the Arms Mistress.
Okay, got it. Next up is the Lichtress. Uh,
Is she armed and dangerous?
the Lichtress is armed and dangerous.
I'm going toe to toe with a lich.
Roll me a.
And it's not Axel, surprisingly.
Roll me
so disappointed.
roll me a dexterity saving throw. Okay, you're done.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like has to run out eventually.
You take 90 points of force damage as she casts Disintegrate on you. Are you still alive?
Oh god.
Does dust.
Oh, okay.
Actually, hold on.
I was not paying attention.
Last spell slot. And I'm going to use Counterspell.
You used your reaction.
No,
I
that
was
was Ryan
not paying
Talia's.
Yeah, that was Ryan Tally's
It was Ryan
reaction.
Tally's reaction. You were right.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that's
That's
going to
fine.
be... I need to make a charisma.
Here's. I tell you what. I'm not going to allow it. You needed to call that counter spell before I told you the
did.
damage. I'm
did.
sorry.
Fair.
You can't. I'm not going to allow
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
fair. Totally fair.
I was
And
not paying
I've already
attention.
put my hit points at 0 as well.
Wait, sorry,
Yeah.
Templar, what are you saying?
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh,
Or I would
Vidar-
have
Vidar
seen what was
dusts.
happening. I was typing.
oops.
You watch as Vidar.
I'll
Turns to
smack
dust.
bang on 90 as well.
Oh no.
That is the Lichtress's turn.
That's happening at some point.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
So, Vidar, Celia watches Vidar turn to dust, and her eyes fall right onto the Lich.
Okay.
And she says, I'm coming for you. I think you'll like to meet my friend Mithrani.
Nice.
Axel sees this happen. But he has taken note of what is happening to the Archmistress. He growls, gives a big, toothy grin. Seems like time is not on your side. As he channels magic into the amber, there is a flash of bronze light as the rune runs up, flashing across his scales. As his body sort of twists, you can see it move fast and slow as he is empowered. That's what happens to him. What you do see is launching simply out of a disturbance in the air, another version of Baxel Therion, as he has brought forth his future self.
Yep.
As that one lands right where Vidar was, I think, squeezing sort of in there.
As a second Baxel Therion arrives from Axel's future, standing over the dust that was once Vidar.
And since I was planning to stay here, but no, he's going in as well. I think that's his turn because that's his action to use that. Let's see if he recharges. Nope. All right, future Axel.
Oh, future Axel's here for 4 rounds?
Immediate. No. I forgot to roll that. That's different.
Yeah.
I'm going to luck roll this if it's not good enough. I'm luck rolling this. I'm shaking. Please be better. Yeah, it's two.
Oh.
2 rounds.
Two
Okay,
rounds.
So for 2
Got
rounds,
two.
you have 2 Axel Therions.
Ah!
So, second, unless they want to do a reaction, second turn.
Yeah, so you have, again, second turn acting on the same turn, so now Baxel Therion is here with a full, full set of movement, action, bonus action. It is a separate person, so actually gonna cast a spell.
Yeah,
Because-
exactly. I was
yeah,
going to
yeah,
say
yeah.
it's 2 different turns.
Yep. No, I see what you were saying. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. You see the arms. trying to cast again. I need new Baxel Therian to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. That was fine.
Damn it!
I mean, what were you expecting? Me to fail and then not use a legendary resistance?
That's true too. You have legendary resistances, so I forgot about
Sorry.
that. Yeah, no, it's true. So yeah, you see the arms go, and she's got to do the thing again. Man, no man, that's going to be the death of her. Ooh, on a natural one. Plus 10. 14, okay. You see as now that those clockworks begin to expand further into her. She is almost 30% assimilated now by the clockwork mechanisms, as the arms seem to be digging deeper into her, as the arcane flames of her casting so often and so many times it seems to be burning away her flesh, and as soon as flesh is burned away, it is retaken over by clockwork. Second Baxel Therian.
Alright, Sigma Clotherion. He will growl angrily. I don't think this is relevant, but Frightful Presence.
Yeah.
They might be immune, I don't know.
But yeah, she's immune.
Both of them, yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh,
liches don't get scared. And neither do...
Both of them.
Yeah, no, both
Smudge
of them.
meshes, yeah.
Neither one.
I figured.
Yep.
Well, these two will be going against the Archmistress.
Against the Archmistress, a 24 will hit, a 29 will hit, a 16 will not.
Alright. 11 slashing for the claw, 21 for the bite.
They are not magical, correct?
Non-magical.
Yep. 11, which reduces down to 5, and 10, so plus an extra 15. Okay. She's looking rough. You're starting to tell it she's getting rough. The crazy thing to Axel that you would notice there is she's starting to be supported more by the clockwork than by her living flesh. You don't know what it might mean if she becomes fully clockwork for other purposes.
Yeah. As long as she's alive, she can die. I mean, what? Because I can, at the end of the copy's turn, the original is going to use a legendary action.
Okay.
Because this is so dumb. I love it. 14 misses.
14 misses.
Yep.
We are now up. So that's second Baxel Therian's turn.
Yes, done.
Okay. You see the last set of arms begin to cast spells against the original Axel. Oh, come on. Why aren't you letting me do the thing? That did not work right. It's not asking me for higher level cast, and I don't know why. There we go, because that's why. The arms point towards Axel, and Baxel Therian 1 will take 22 points of force damage as magic missiles come shooting out at him at a very high level spellcast.
He is going to use shield.
Which, yeah, stops magic missiles.
Yep.
Good. Look at you. knowing your class better than I know mine. I was trying to think what will hit him without a resistance.
You've used that against me as well, I think.
I think I have. So that's her third set of spells this time. It is, she's got to do her thing. Yikes. I got to do the thing. Stand by. 6th level. Okay. Sorry. I should have had this programmed in. You see, as it seems as though now the clockwork has a good hold of her, as she has become more than 50% clockwork and only 50% flesh remaining of the Archmistress. Luna, you are up.
Yeah, sure, but now I'm super conflicted about what to do. What kind of action is it to use a Vice Surge?
It's your action.
It is my okay, not a bonus. Okay, so I do have to pick between the two.
Yeah, it's a reaction to block one or to absorb one, because of course they can happen anytime, but it's an action to actually to use one, to release it.
Gotcha. Okay. Because also, sorry, another thing I want to check is confusion a status in D&D? Because I tried to look it up on D&D Beyond and couldn't find it.
Confusion, it's as the spell. So at the end of their turn, they get to roll to try to break it again. I think it is. I don't think it's a status effect.
No, it's not. It's just simply whenever something is confused, it will normally refer to the spell.
Yeah.
Okay. Making sure. Yeah, I guess in that case, I mean, yeah, I think it's, if I'm going to use a Surge, it might as well be now. We are going to release Surge.
Oh, I got to look it up. Stand by. I got it.
Oh, boy.
102.
Surge 102. I should have had that pulled up knowing you were going to do it. I remember it's a cool one too, if I recall.
Anyone who died in the last minute gets revoked.
That would be amazing, but I don't think that's on that table.
Okay, who are you casting it on?
That's why I was hoping you wouldn't ask me.
Everyone.
That's a good question. Who am I casting? I'm 102. Let's say, anybody have any opinions? I'm leaning towards us for 102, but maybe it should be
risk it and try it. Let's see if we get some damage off. That's.
So give it to us or give it to them?
Give it to them.
Give it to them.
Give it to them, I'd say.
So Surge 102 on them.
Yep, and actually, as I read it, I had to read it twice. It actually doesn't matter. I need you to roll me 20d4.
Is that like a level million magic missile?
20d4.
20d4.
Just double. That's a potential of 80 max. About
55.
Okay.
55.
So
that's a big number.
this is when this is an interesting one, because I got crazy when I got to high numbers. So
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
I need you to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 d6.
5d6.
Are you?
Such
Hey, this
could be great or terrible.
everything in the nearest mile gets a
24?
24.
What dice
That
am I
might be
rolling?
it.
Oh, he's doing arithmetics.
I am.
So that's 79 so far, if that's what you're doing.
He's dividing things.
Damage to the enemy. Damage to the enemy.
So the number is 79.
It's a total of 79 between those two.
Stand by. I need to actually get the calculator out now.
That's never a good thing.
Suddenly, before you, there are 79 more archmistresses.
I would
I just
quit.
I just
flip
quit.
table. I quit.
That's all right. We can deal with that. We just delete everyone.
Just walk away.
So, chain reaction.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Roll 20d4 to explode all odd numbered dice as one dice higher until no odd dice remain.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed this part. Roll a final d20. Roll me a d20.
Oh. I have such bad feelings about all of these
The
things.
advantage
It's
is
fine.
everything you can use. You can
It's called a
manipulate
vice
the dice.
surge. What do you
I
wild
this,
magic?
You know what? I feel like this is a surge. It should just stay on its own.
It's
It's gonna
just
2.
2, which makes the total 81.
Okay.
If odd total, it is divided amongst all living creatures as healing.
Oh. Yeah. Wait.
Interesting,
All right,
the Lich is not a living creature.
Ah!
Ah.
But neither is Vidar.
So, but neither is Vidar.
That was nothing.
Soon.
Wow.
Ooh.
So
Soon.
I love you, man.
82 divided by, and what's her name's not here, so it's divided by 7. So everyone takes 11 points of healing, including the Archmistress.
Ah.
You know what? I feel like in total that was to our benefit.
If
That
it was
was-
even, it's damage against all living creatures.
See, that wouldn't have been to our benefit.
So was it 20?
11, I think.
11 points.
Sorry.
Okay, that's my
that's cool.
action.
Wild magic is wild. Oh,
Yeah, it sure is.
You know, I was thinking I needed some healing anyway.
Yeah, there you go. You're healed.
You
For
guys
my
need-
bonus, oh, actually, I have my spiritual weapon that doesn't have a target right now.
yeah,
Move that,
no,
but
and
not
yeah,
far
can't
enough
move
this
very far. Yeah.
round. Yeah. I got movement, but I don't know that I want to get closer to the Archmistress and everything, considering somebody just got disintegrated. Bonus action. And spiritual weapon is not concentration, remember correctly, right?
Nope, it is not concentration.
All right, in that case, bonus action will be that's an action. Oh, where are all these actions? You know what? Bonus action, patient defense.
Okay, patient defense. Luck, you are up. There is nothing around you at this moment.
Let's spend the healing dice first. 8. Okay, like 8. And you know, I was feeling very comfortable with my life, but I'm not anymore. And I'm going to also do a superior healing for my bandolier.
Okay.
Because,
I couldn't actually remember. Do the healing dice count against our combat donations or no?
No, they do not.
Okay,
healing
in that
dice do
case, I
not.
would
They
have
are-
used one.
Yeah, they do not.
That's
count.
okay.
Yeah,
what is superior again?
8d8 plus 8.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, 8d4 plus 8. Because I'm used to 4d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's 8d4 plus 8.
I just realized that this super powerful thing
Take that.
is a roll.
94. Okay, I'm feeling more comfortable with 94 HP. And then I am going to... Okay, we get there. And we still have an action. Do I want to dash or what? Let's say... I don't know what I want to do.
How many rounds was she gone? 3, correct? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Know what? It's a concentration, but I'm going to burn it anyway. Let's say bless. It might be handy here.
Okay. Yeah. So who are you blessing?
I
think
am
it's up
going
to
to
3 targets, if I
Yeah,
recall.
yes, it is. I'm going to bless Iska, Luna, and Cilia. In this case.
I'd appreciate it.
Okay.
And that's going to be my turn.
Iska, I need you to roll me a d10 to see what you do. On a 3, creature doesn't move or take actions this turn, which actually is good so you don't put your gun at Luna. And
Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
You're right.
you get to roll me a what is it to break? Wisdom? Wisdom is
wisdom.
it's wisdom to break out. Yep, wisdom to break out. So roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Now you are blessed, so that should
And
help.
yep, you can roll a d4.
I'm gonna spend a luck die
Okay.
because I would love to do something again. So luck die.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
The
Roll me that
1d4. 21. If that
21
doesn't
is
do
the
it-
DC.
Oh, okay.
As you break out of your confusion, your mind.
Sorry, guys, I
clears.
zoned out. Where's Vidar?
Oh god.
Oh,
I was bad.
Too soon.
Leave
Oh.
him alone.
Where is he hiding? Did
He's
he go invisible again?
No, he did the thing where he disappeared into the ethereal.
So that's the end of your
that
turn.
causes
You
problems.
broke free, which is wonderful. Celia, you are up.
That's what happened.
Someone just killed your
So-
boyfriend.
Yeah, Celia's just slightly angry. Just a little. Just a little bit. So she's gonna try a thing
Okay.
as she begins to walk towards the lady with kind of this low growl in her voice. She begins to speak in Infernal.
Ooh, okay.
And she calls out to Mithrani,
Okay.
and she says, "My," she says, "My family has fallen. Give me access to all the Riftwalkers before me, so they can lend me their power, so I can take these people out."
Okay. Roll me
Oh yeah, Avastar State.
roll me a D100. And we're going to do this like a calling out for divine. And you need to roll below your level. So you need to roll under a 13.
Yeah.
Dude, we've had a 100 go. So I
We did.
That's
so-
wonderful. Oh.
Yep. On an 89, you do not feel the power of the Riftwalkers appear before you, but you do see a rift open in front of you.
Oh no.
I'm gonna walk
Look.
through.
You walk through.
Boing. And never returns. Finds her dead boyfriend and goes somewhere else.
That's it.
So,
I'm
I
done.
don't want him to die again. He's not gonna die again. We're leaving. Oh, this is, oh my god.
Yeah, you disappear. You disappear from sight for from the battlefield.
I'm assuming this is good until proven not good.
Yeah. End of her turn.
Okay. Yeah.
2 legendary actions.
Oh,
because I keep
also,
forgetting them.
ignore the 21. That's terrible psychic damage for the.
Oh, Monk Mistress.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. 1 second.
Roll me a D2.
Oh, I think I know what's happening.
Me?
Yeah. Celia.
You step into the void. Oh, they're there.
Right.
1.
On a 1. You disappear from the battlefield.
Ah!
And into a familiar place. There, suspended in front of you, incapacitated in the void, is the Monk Mistress. As you have entered, as you have now become, as there is no longer a creature there, you have become
I become the creature.
the creature of the void.
That is terrifying.
He's
I
Coup
love it.
de grace. Coup de grace. Coup
So-
de
He's
grace.
incapacitated,
Yeah,
guys.
roll me
That's
an
a
assassination attack.
That's a murder.
Got murdered.
Right up.
So that's 21.
Yep, 21 will hit her. That's her armor class.
those numbers.
That's a lot of numbers. 76.
76.
Oh.
Well then.
My girl.
She's not looking too good.
Understandable. Do I still have my bonus action?
Yeah. No, from stepping through, we'll say that you don't have your bonus
Okay.
action.
I
But
will
yeah,
wait.
no, you, where you thought it might have been taking you closer to the targets on this plane, you found yourself on quite another. You did a tail attack back up there. Did I miss it?
I didn't roll them. 2 of them.
Okay, two of
One
them.
for each. 17 and 11 against the mistress again.
Yeah, because 23 will hit.
And a 20.
Oh yeah. By the way, ignore the sneak attack. I keep forgetting.
Oh yeah, I need to do that. So that is 28 divided by 2, so it's 14 points of damage to the Clockwork Mistress. She is looking rough. It is a Constitution save, correct? By the Monk Mistress. It's a 20. She rolls a 20 on her Constitution save, so she does not take the points of exhaustion. Is that everything before we get to the Archmistress? Going once, going
Yes,
twice.
for me, yep.
Okay. She's out of those. Oh no, she's gonna.
Ryan Talia's right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and magic items.
I'm just trying to decide what I want her to do. She's used that. She's used that. Ooh. She looks at Luna. She looks
It didn't hurt anybody. Weirdly.
She looks at Luna
Oh, come on.
for reasons. Do you have less than 150 hit points?
Less than 150? Yes.
You are stunned as she uses power word stun on you. As your body locks up. That will be her action as she is casting her normal spell. And yeah, that's that. Vidar is dead.
That's a tail attack.
Tail attack, yep.
That's why I keep forgetting to do it, so I start just doing it all at once for the
Yeah.
last 3 rounds. 27, 31.
On who?
14.
Just on the Lich or on her?
On the Archmistress. Again,
the
those are all going for the
Archmistress.
Archmistress, yep.
She is just
25.
getting pummeled by these. 25, which is 24, which is 12 points of damage. Another 12 points of damage. She is looking rough as these tail attacks are just starting to take a terrible toll on her. The Lich just...
And we see the telltale signs of damage on her.
Yes, the
Monster hit
tail signs of damage.
What's
I'm
it?
so glad
The
I'm
Lichtress is going to use her legendary action. I need for both Baxitherions and to do me a Constitution saving throws.
Oh no. First one is me, second one is copy.
First one saves, copy does not.
Legendary resistance.
Okay.
Need to write that down.
They both take 15 points of necrotic damage as the Archlistress tries to disrupt their life force. It is now her turn. On her
She's doing
turn,
a clockwork thing.
am I doing a clock? No, because that was her legendary.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think
Just
we're
checking.
all. I think we are stacking legendaries after Archmistress
Oh, yeah,
Delgado.
like,
It's been all
so many
legendary
things.
actions. Yeah.
Two initiative for
Yeah,
this.
I wonder
unfortunately.
how upset Ryan Talia is now.
Don't know. She's lying there. But so the Lichtress, she is. Ooh. Going to look at the second Baxiltherian.
Yeah,
I think this works.
oh, that's fun.
I don't.
I need
disagree.
second Baxiltherian to make me a Wisdom saving throw.
She casting spell.
Casting a spell.
I think he is going to use a spell slot to counterspell at 4th level,
Okay,
so I'll probably still need a roll for it.
you will.
Plus 5. Crossed. 17.
17 does not counter it.
Drat.
I'm going to make this call. Tell me if I'm completely off base. Level 8 dominate monster should be able to dominate that dragon, right?
Oh no.
Should.
Yep. So, secondary Baxiltherian, you feel your connection to him break as she takes control of the secondary.
I mean, he
Baxiltherian.
still gets a wisdom save.
That was the wisdom save you just did.
No, that was his counterspell.
Yeah.
Oh, the 7. Okay, yes. So you still get your wisdom save. I'm sorry. I was
And
thinking.
he,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, 24.
Son of a gun.
Oh my god.
Aha!
Oh,
He was, yep. Mean dragons.
oh
Shadow
man.
dragon, they're not whips on the stats. Oh god.
And also, can
ugh.
the dragon be charmed?
It is a charm, so I don't know. That's true. I don't know whether a gold dragon.
They
whether
can
a gold
be.
dragon be a
They
charm.
can't. I believe dragons can be charmed.
Well, there goes an 8th level slot. Son of a.
Question: is that a 27? Does a 23 succeed? I just realized I had one too many on my.
23 still
save
succeeds.
for that.
Yep,
Okay,
it still
I
succeeds.
just realized I hadn't changed the
Yep,
save.
no
stats.
problem at all. Yep, no. It still succeeds. So that's the Lichtress's
You're
turn.
really dragging on this fight, aren't you, Jay?
I'm trying to win, okay?
Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, dragon. I see what you
Yeah,
did
yeah,
there.
Everyone is trying to win.
So
Hashtag dragons are dead.
yeah, dragons are dead. With the arms. Oh no, she's out of those. Ooh, is she out of those? She's no, she still has one of those. The arms point a finger at Luck, the angel who stopped her. Luck, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. I believe it's dexterity. Oh no, Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I reroll those. Ah!
Second reroll. Yeah,
have
sorry,
to
you
take
don't get to
second
reroll
roll.
it twice.
No.
Luck?
You-
Oh, yes.
Are you making
Another
a
20.
natural 20?
Yeah. I want to use this to kill her, but okay.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. It's the one from the future.
So yeah, you roll.
Ah.
You roll a. As if another finger of death goes shooting towards you as you get your natural 20. That would have been 65 points of damage, which would have been down to 32, which then goes down to 16 points of necrotic damage to Luck Goldheart. As another 7th level spell slot down. Damn it. Okay. Again, you see those arms being able to cast more and more adeptly. She needs to do her thing. She fails.
Transformation.
She becomes more and more clockwork. Okay. Baxiltherians. It's y'all.
All right. Current one, there is another flare of dragon runes on his scales. This one you've recognized from Lysithia. As I will use I'll make an attack first. And I will just use the natural 20
Okay.
that he has to make that a nat 20.
Okay.
As he uses the Cosmos rune
Oh, damn.
on, which is well, that's 57, and I'll need to roll another 10d10. You can probably still take half damage from it, and she needs a Constitution save.
So,
And it's
Constitution
cold
save.
damage. She might just be immune.
Yep. Constitution save, 23. So she does save. She is
It's
not,
half damage and not
she
restrained.
is not immune to cold damage. How much cold damage does she take?
Did she make that save at disadvantage?
Oh, not at disadvantage. No, I'm sorry.
That's the ability.
That's
Sorry.
the ability. No, she did not make the save at disadvantage, but she will use a legendary resistance. But
So,
that burns another
22
legendary
total.
resistance.
So that's 61.
Yep.
Cold damage.
Axel, how do you want to do this?
There is just a sweeping claw that is crusted over with ice. You've kind of learned something from there. Sort of catches her in the side, and it just spreads across her body and locking up the clockwork, and her mouth is open in a moment of shock. But it's the force of a dragon. Slam through her body, it's frozen, and it shatters.
So just as you say, you see this cold begin to overtake her as this cosmos room basically opens up her to the vacuum and vast emptiness of space, and you feel the heat draw out of her. This arcane energy that had sort of been burning inside of her, you see just get snuffed out as though it was put inside out in space. And then you see those crackling forms of frost go up over her body and then freeze. The arms still trying to clasp, unable to, when your arm comes slamming through, and all of this just shatters across the floor. You see the
And
lich.
he'll let out a mighty roar. No, I'm not going to try that. Because
Yeah.
it's people now.
So this giant roar goes out over it, echoing through this chamber. And you watch the Lichtress. You see as though she's taken some of that blow herself. That whatever damage, whatever overkill you did upon the Archmistress has transferred it into herself. Within the void, you also see the monk seem to recoil even more from yours. They are both still alive, but they are grievously injured.
Alright. And he will step back. And that'll be his turn.
Next up.
And then...
Oop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next
Oh,
up.
that's right. Next dragon.
Next dragon. I'll also just do this because I can. Hey, recharge. Next dragon will, Baxiltherion will step forward, growling. He will cast a spell. There
Okay.
is how the Lich is probably not injured at all, really, is they?
I'm sorry?
Lich is not injured at all, are they? I can
No,
tell.
they look bloodied. They're not well.
Can I ask for hit points?
Do me an Arcana check. Actually, a medicine check. You don't get to do medicine checks often. Do a medicine
But,
check.
is there? Yeah, there's a medicine check. I'll push the button. So, no idea.
I mean, is that Axel's medicine check?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm using both sheets because
Gotcha. No worries. You look at her, and as being sort of this lich, are not quite sure, but you feel a tightening around your neck from Sithrax. Sithrax has never seemed like you would have lost control of them, but you feel almost as though Sithrax is pulling at the leash, asking to be utilized.
Alright, the future battle theory will step forward. The darkened, transformed claw reaches out to, sort of as it glows with a necrotic energy, which doesn't really make sense, but reaches out sort of just a tap. And he will whisper, "You have always been afraid of death, but it comes for everyone." As he hisses out a word, just sounds just like Sithrax. As he will use charges of his, he'll use his Finger of Death to cast Power Word Kill.
As the charges that had been stored within your necrotic hand, having kept it for all this time, build up, you see Sithrax flow down your arm. And as you said, you lean forward and Sithrax reaches up to strike, and as you whisper in one ear, Sithrax whispers something in the other. And you watch, basically, the Lich, his undead eyes, grow in fear and shudder and then just fall to a pile of bones. You watch as a wispy spirit wasps over into the clockwork heart.
He will.
As the
Can I sort of just kick that towards the rest of the group? Not
Yeah,
as proper
this-
action.
desecrated corpse just
Break it.
Luna's turn.
It is Luna's turn, who is stunned.
Yeah, so
You
I
get
guess
to-
I just get to,
you get to
con
roll-
save.
Yep, you get to roll a con save. Actually, no, she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that end it?
Power words.
No, it's not a concentration. You're just, I think,
Yeah,
sure
you're
you're
just
just
stunned.
stunned until you can
Oh,
save.
damn it.
Yeah.
Yep, so just
Because
save.
that's power words.
Yeah, power words just do it.
If it ever decides to roll. Nope.
Nope.
I probably should have left that for Celia now that I think about it.
Dead's dead.
Iska,
Oh, wait. Realm of the Dead. I'm pretty sure.
it is your turn.
Is the monk back in sight yet, or no?
Monk is not back in
Now,
sight.
now, is it really Iska's turn? Is
I was gonna say you skipped luck.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Luck's turn.
Yeah,
sorry.
holy duo. Dude.
Sorry.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
leave the-
Okay. Wait, so you're gonna try that con save again for me, because I'm just going to do this. and take
Oh,
the-
right. And amplify it, so.
Yep.
Yep, you have advantage to try it again.
Okay, cool.
22.
That should
you
do it.
break.
Yeah!
You break out of your stun.
And I also forgot I was blessed and could add a d4 to the other one, but the other one was so
There you
bad it
go,
wouldn't
yeah.
matter. Yes! I am no longer stunned! I still don't have a turn, but I'm no longer stunned.
Yep.
Yay.
Iska.
Do you have anything else you want to do, Luck, or is that?
All we got with his heart is like it's just there.
Yeah, it's just there's this clockwork heart that seems to have like sort of retracted back into itself, back into its original form.
Hit it.
Yeah, hit it.
Hit it. See
Might as
what happens.
well.
17.
on a a 17?
On the heart.
On the heart.
Oh, I just didn't see the roll. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
It just hadn't come through. On a 17 on the heart? No, I don't know.
Okay, that's 11, and then 8. Ooh. And do it again. Just keep hitting.
Yep. So that's on a natural
That'll do
20.
it.
Okay.
That's 8. Oh god, I'm gonna mulligan that damage.
Okay.
Much better. And then Vite of die 2 times. There you go.
So, Axel, as you just the first time hit it, and you sort of see how parts of it move a little bit, and that pickaxe is uniquely made, to break through rocks, to break through stones, now reinforced with both radiance and force. You crack it down into it again, and you watch as that center pyramid, king, 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 rocks across. Celia, in your space, as that die breaks free of the heart, you see the monk get yanked back into this space as she was a part of that heart that allowed her to exist separate from the Archmistress. And you watch as she gets yanked back through a rift, back out of your space, and reappears. There's almost a momentum to her as she reappears and comes stumbling from where she was, almost straight next to Luna. You see her not truly in that monk form anymore. She looks much more like the Archmistress and her robes. And a silence coalesces around Luna and this monk. You can tell this monk is all but dead. And you hear the Archmistress's voice as this monk is leaning on you, going down on her knees. Don't let what I've done corrupt your feelings for him. When Thalien showed me my destiny, I didn't understand. I didn't understand what I was seeing. And she falls dead at your feet. Celia, you can reappear, having control over yourself.
Yeah.
I realize what I have done now. I'm scared.
Oh no. Wait.
You look around the room. These beams of energy, I'm not going to go delete them, stop. You see, sitting up on the altar, this egg, the shell. You see the heart there on the ground, now split back into the clockwork and into the pyramid. You see the dust of Vidar across the ground, mixing with the splinters of platinum and gold and mithril and gem from the clockwork arms that have been shattered. You see 2 dragons. Probably ones about this time would begin to fade back into the future. Axel, roll me a D100, high or low, unless I said a specific thing that you were supposed to roll. I think it was just a 50-50 shot, right?
Yep. So he pretty much immediately vanishes after the first one does. And he's gone for another 2 rounds.
Yeah, so for 12 seconds you
70.
see them both disappeared.
Roll a 70.
Right. 70.
It's 70, that's your D100?
Yeah.
As you all look around, Axle missing, Celia stepped back from the rift. Vidar is dusted. What would you all like to do? The body of the monk at your feet, the lich as well. Yeah.
Celia is going to run over to the dust that is Vidar. And, she says, Mithrani, let me take his place. Please? Give him my life so that he can live. And that's what he deserves.
You hear a voice back in your head. It is unbecoming of death to refuse it when its time has come.
I'm not like others. That's why you chose me.
This is not within my power to undo.
Celia.
Reject his death.
Celia. If you really, and I mean really, want to go through with that, there's a way.
Iska, no!
It's going
Do
to
it.
cost everything. It will cost you everything.
Listen. That man has lived countless lifetimes. He has died a hero today. You only have lived one and you only get one. Are you really willing to throw away that one chance? The final life he lived was one with you and us.
Luck, shut up.
And
Celia.
Celia says, as I told Luna, as far as the world cares, I am already dead.
Celia. Luna, if Celia allows, Luna will walk over to Celia and like kind of take her by the hands, just with hands together. Vidar loved you. Still loves you. That will never change. And I know you loved him. Skrin cared for you, but that was different. If you trade your life for his, knowing what has happened in this battle, He will never recover. He will never be the same man. It is better that it stays like this so that he died saving the world and knowing you would survive. To undo that is to be untrue to your feelings. Believe me when I say I know what it is to love so much. You would give up a life that I know what it is to trade life for something important. Do not do this to him. Don't let him have to live in a world without you. It is not fair that it is you here and him not. It would be fair if you were both here, but that's not what happened. Don't do that to him. Don't do it. He wanted you to live back when we were in the Black Dragon Syndicate cave, and he'd want you to live now. You know that. Pride be damned, let his love win. And I will swear to you this, because I have found my faith. I will study long and hard until the day I can make this right. I promise you that. Promise you.
Death is patient. You don't need to rush into its jaws. Life can be paid with many prices. You've already seen that. It may not be now, but we have the means.
Celia's gonna walk over and pick up Ryan Talia, and she's gonna say, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna hold you until he's back.
Eek, I'm muted. You feel silent consent from Ryan Talia, but not a voice. She would not have let you pick her up had she not wanted you to.
Luke's gonna pick up the stone on the floor and just look at everyone. Well, what now?
Luna. The egg on the altar rocks slightly.
Luna's gonna go over to it. But I suppose I can actually move my character.
That's fine.
Okay. And then can I think she'll put her hand to it.
It's warm. And you feel something, you feel it move again against your hand, as though there's something inside of
she'll like take it into her arms and cradle it. See if maybe it's a heat thing that it needs or something.
As you look down through the crack of it, you can see the top sort of crumbles in upon itself. Within the egg, there is a baby boy. His ebony skin is etched with the distinctive marks of the Genasi race, but in midnight purple. On his bald head, tiny wisps of shadow swirl. His eyes open when he senses your presence. They are a perfect color match to your own. This is definitely a Genasi child. Not one of fire or water, air or earth, but one of shadow. And upon seeing Luna, his arms reach up towards you.
She takes him into her arms.
Axel, untouching the baby, when Luna holds it, you're overtaken by a vision. One that Lyle or Ryan Talia shares with the rest of the party. It is the young and beautiful Archmistress, probably a century ago, sitting in an ornate sitting room with Thalion, the Lord Diviner. The Archmistress is positively glowing, one of her hands over her lower abdomen, protectively. And you see the Lord Diviner reach out to her, and you're taken into the vision that he is sharing with her. And it is the Archmistress, as you saw her today, gaunt and emaciated, holding the same baby that Luna holds now. And as the Lord Diviner draws her back out of the vision, he says to the Archmistress, "You see, the child is a demon and will utterly consume you, as if it is born." Luna, you are pulled back to the Archmistress's last words.
Luna will look down at the child. And still holding him close. Your fate is in your own hands. No one can tell you what you are, who you are. But I will always be here for you. My little one.
Baby smiles and cracks a small smile, the green eyes looking up into your own.
I think I'll call you Vidar for now. Welcome to the world, Vidar. And she gives him a genuine, big smile.
to do.
Vidar's ashes are still kind of like in a succinct pile-ish.
Yeah, they could be.
For narrative purposes, I'm wondering if I could like shape it up with water, freeze it into a statue of him for
Yes,
Celia,
by all means.
and just do that and over.
You see this perfect crystalline form. The ice doesn't even seem cold to your touch, as though it might not be as much ice as it is diamond. Within the ice and the dust that is in there, you can swear you see little sparks of blue glitter.
I think we should take care of the bodies and then, if you're all right with it, perhaps retreat to Lunaria for now.
You all,
I need to check on my son.
Axel, you feel within yourself a fluidity, that you are not locked in the draconic form, and that if you wish, you could change back.
He likes it.
That's fine too.
It's not Russian back, but
Yeah.
Dragons are cats, bro.
Yeah. As you gather the bodies, the remains. Oh, go ahead.
Celia is going to walk to pick up the half a head that is Orphenius.
Yeah.
And she's gonna have that just to like prove to all of the lovely folks that Orphenia is dead.
Yeah. As you all step back into the previous chamber, you actually see Riley walk in, all but carrying Gwilyn Fiora. They are grievously injured. Gwilyn Fiora relays to the party. Naltua has retreated. She is even in worse condition than myself. Her consorts dead. The legions of the Netherwing Dragonlings have been routed by the Sky Mages and Rian. The Griffins fly over Balathira once more. Balathira, she has taken some wounds in this, but she still stands. While the work I set you out on, set you into this world to complete, is now done. Each of your stories is not. Today was only the Archmistress's destiny's end. You have done more than I could have ever asked or dreamed a group of individuals or even friends could do. Your journeys are now your... and do this. Your journeys are now your own. It is time to write your own destinies, as I now need to myself. This world and this sphere will go on. New heroes will rise, and villains will fall. But know that your story will live on, whispered on the leaves of the shimmering grove, for as long as those ancient trees stand, and there are dragons in this world to guard them. Thank you. Thank you all. Time passes. Belethera is repaired. You return to Lunaria. You find a tavern there. As you walk in the door, you hear a familiar voice. But hello, darlings. I hope you don't mind. Dustin invited us. And, well, I've left the Frostbeards for a little bit. It seems like the new owners will have more gossip and more adventure. From out back, from the kitchen, it slams open. Hey, there's my best favorite adventurers. How do you like my new shop? As Knob rolls in as the newest franchise location of
Noblin Mafia.
The Noblin Mafia got their foot in the door.
They did.
You were out saving the world. I had to make some food for all these people you got moving in here, Luna.
You still have to pay the fees, but your paperwork will be expedited.
I run a legitimate business here. I'm not going to be asking no favors.
Hi, can we have some noodles, please? I'll pay, of course.
I've got plenty of them right here for you. I figured you all might be hungry after, saving the world and stuff.
I was gonna say, do we get a discount or something like that? Is there
And maybe once a year we'll have something like Celebrate Belethera Day or something.
No, but I'm sure you wish to keep good ties to the city of Lunaria.
Hey, if you want to go like fleecing me for free food and stuff.
Please. Good sir. I simply meant.
I'm just saying, the word's gonna get around that you're asking for free stuff
That
for favors.
Lily's soccer ball league needs a sponsor.
Oh, I hear sponsorships are very lucrative.
Well,
Step into my office. Let's talk.
Now, soccer is now canon in Device. Just so you know.
There you go.
It's a national sport.
So, I've told all of you a story for the last 3.5 years. It's now your turn. Tell me a story.
I'm gonna go to the toilet first because.
Okay, we can do a quick.
Let's do one last break.
Let's do one last break. We didn't do
puns.
puns. Let's do puns to all recover, and then we'll hear about the rest of our characters' lives.
Yeah.
We'll be right back, folks.
Yep. Once again, this channel's run 100% for charity for the last time. Close. Well, the Sponge Charity Bee, the Audrey Lore Project, organization that does a lot of work with the POC community, bi community, Black community, Indigenous community, non-gender conforming community, trans community. They have various programs like Safe Outside the System, which is a program dedicated to helping people with, feel safe in the area without the intervention of like police to avoid police brutality and all of those things. There's Trans Justice. Lots of good information available on their website. If you click on the purple letters in the link below, it will take you directly there and see all that. So you can donate to them directly there. Or if you'd like to donate through our channel, you can click on the banner above that. It'll take you to the Twitch donation page where you can donate various amounts to do various things. Which, and again, all 100% of it will go to the Audrey Lore Project, so however you like. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. And we hope you've enjoyed our campaign just as much as we have. GGP, do you have a recommendation?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the cheese. Yeah, I do have a recommendation. There's 140 episodes now of The Vice. It's on YouTube. Go watch it. All right, go and personally go watch episodes that involve where me takes the spotlight because everyone else over here we're just side characters. And
here's the real reason The Vice is ending. Drama.
I mean, we're all just side characters in Speedy's backstory. We established that. Oh man. Now one more time, everybody's favorite segment.
We're not gonna wait for the GM.
That's true. We should wait for the GM. That is very true.
There
we go.
On cue.
Good luck.
All right. Now that Jay's almost here, and now we can confirm Templar's there. Now everybody's here. Time once again for everybody's favorite segment, Pun of the Week. What do you call a sad strawberry?
What's that?
A blueberry.
Ishgrim came into this world as glitter. He left the world as Vidar as dust, and he can't be happier. That was.
Well, I mean, that's what I did a color themed one because Vidar was blue. I thought you'd appreciate that.
I love you.
We appreciate that. We appreciate every goddamn freaking pun.
Yep.
You do.
It was very bad, New Titans.
Oh, man.
New Titans!
Oh.
Yes!
Oh.
I have ice cream.
That's smart.
So
10 a.m. I have ice cream.
I have beer. I had to get another one. So, as I said, let's look in on our party. Celebrations happen. You all have a place there in Lunaria for a time, but then, as time will do, the currents pull you to the directions of your new destinies and your life as you move forward. Does anyone want to go first, or we can just go around? Let's start with Iska.
I don't know if we'll cover it today, but I mean, Iska is joining that mission to figure out how to get Vidar back. I mean, I don't know if we'll cover that or how we'll handle it, but I mean, between her understanding of fate, Luna and Luck's spirituality, Celia's connection to death, and speaking of death, Axel, and the Deathbringer. Well, we gotta figure that out at some point, but sure. What does Iska do? Iska stays on the Lunaria for some time. She sees the world that they built, the world they saved, the world that Luna is now taking control of. Luna and her people, and it's the sight to behold. It's hard to leave. I'm sure. This is her found family. This is her friends. It's sure it's not perfect, but God, of everywhere they've seen, it's probably the best slice of life she's experienced. So after a time, she will pack up, and she will return to Highmount, and she will eventually, finally, reconnect with her mother. It didn't feel right before everything was fixed, but now, with finally a moment's peace, she'll go see her mom for the first time since before she fell sick, and she's got a lot of good stories for her. She'll reconnect with her father. She'll find Astra. They will have a very awkward and bumbling romance for several years. I assume, actually, she'll probably return to Falcon's Crest, so he can return to the Tea Hive. And while there, she's going to spend several years. She's a bit of a perfectionist, so it's going to take a while before she gets them just right. But she'll come out with a series of songs, a collection, if you will, if you pay attention to enough of them, a familiar cast of characters referenced and cross-referenced in each of the songs. She'll write a almost lore piece of legend about a force of being that exists somewhere in the shadows, somewhere on that line of life and death, the power to essentially force death on anything and anyone, but the judgments and the cool hand to know when and how. A song about not fear of death, almost acceptance and embrace of death. That will ultimately be about this graceful, beautiful woman who moves in the shadows, called She Between Death and Darkness. She'll write a song, an anthem almost, about a man reborn, as legend states, many times over, time and time again, but now, at the end of it, in his ultimate form, primed to fulfill his waking and eternal missions. Right that which is wrong, heal what's been harmed, and be the good in the world, with a very simple, punchy title, Justice. She will write a glorified sequel to Children of the Children, about what happens next to the Genasi people, about the home, their newfound home. It's a sequel in the sense that it's a conclusion to a story, but it's also this call and this cry out for, in case there's anyone out there who doesn't know of this place, Lunaria, that this bastion exists in this broken world called the Mother's Land. She'll write a song about a man who set out to uncover the secrets of the world, having access to ultimate power and knowledge and control, and ultimately along the way realizing all of that pales in comparison to finding the joy of fatherhood, of raising a child, of finding a family, of having that ultimate connection to someone he calls son and someone who calls him dad. She'll title Father of the First. She'll write a very... It's weird. It's like this bittersweet kind of song that's both very funny and ultimately incredibly sad. About this mythic worldfarer, stranger in every world he went to, but one who found a home in each. Called The Ballad of the Starlight Knight. She'll write one last song about how the world and destiny is weird, it's silly, it's malleable, it's flexible. It's ultimately up to you to embrace it, to change it, to fight it, to run towards it, away from it, but ultimately It's in your hands. She titles Fate and Other Fickle Things, and after writing another collection of songs to kind of bridge the gaps, she will eventually collect them all into a grand performance, one she can perform, one that she can release and spread out to others, an entire songbook about their story, her story, that she will ultimately title The Reclamation of the Sky. At some point, when she's done that, and hopefully released her grand life's work, she'll channel some of the gold and such she saved from her performances and songs, and she'll commission a ship, the Veiled Maiden. And after good years with her mom and her father, she will set sail to Qualvarine.
I don't know if I could do six of these young. Crying too much.
Okay.
Jay, you're muted.
Okay. Sorry. Where does Luna's life take her?
Luna's life, I believe quite a bit of it ends up centered around Lunaria and establishing that and zoning laws and other things that make money. She lives, I believe she lives happily but dynamically with Dustin, Lily, and Vidar Not, as it were, named after a brave companion and a wonderful teacher. She does continue her work as I imagine at least in Lunaria, head cleric of the Church of the Tide for St. Cuthbert. She does dedicate the rest of her life to cleric work, or to becoming a better cleric, and doing her best at whatever point to bring Vidar back. Iskrin lived many lives. Vidar barely got to live one. He deserves more time. And she continues to be a purveyor of the arts, and similar to Madame V, gets to the point where she can be a patron to various artists growing up, especially the Noblin legitimate business mafia. Long and illustrious business companions there. And I imagine there are several artworks of Cobb up in the home. Though she still keeps them safe so she can crack heads when she needs to.
Of course. Luck. You put your mic down, or if you're choked up, we can come back to you. Yeah. Celia. Actually, I'm going to come back to Celia because I'm going to do Axel first, then we'll do Celia because there's a thing.
For some time, Axel remains in Lunaria with Riley, spending not time on the road, not time in great adventure, but just peace with his son. But Axel being Axel, call to adventure is too much, and at first he wanders around the lands. He's hunting the knowledge of the Hidden Keepers, and he hunts for the materials, the price, that 10,000 gold piece gem they'll need if they really wanted to bring Vidar back. But eventually his wanderings take him further. Once he's finished those, he'll head south to Ramera, across the Emerald Highlands to visit Shimandala, the dragon and the city. his ancestor. Yeah, I think he got annoying a little bit along the way, and then got kicked out. At which point, he found his. Well, he linked up with the Bronze Mirage. He found his family all the way down there. More family. He would travel across the lands with them, joining them on their searches and their travels to see this entire continent. Then, of course, one day he might head off on his own. Of course, with Riley the entire time, to delve into the Drakavarian jungle, where not really a nice place, but he's looking to find Adolo. You know, tell him what happened. Learn about what Adolo has done and found. Maybe get little secrets out of that little hidden civilization in there. And maybe many years later, he'll disappear. Stop contacting his family as he reaches the Shimmering Grove and delves into the knowledge of the dragons from the beginning of time. Until one day, he emerges not as with Axel sort of left far behind, and Baxotherian, who he is now, with Riley traveling back home to Lunaria to help his son find and create their people, the Runeforged, with the knowledge that he has and the powers at his talons. And once that is done, well, he'll probably have kept in contact with Grom the whole time, but he finds his way to Grom's tower, and there he builds his own massive, awe-inspiring, a magnificent library with all the knowledge he has collected, all the knowledge that people bring to it. He'll find those who are like him, or anyone who asks. He will teach them magic and whatever knowledge they want. And in time, maybe 100 years on, the dragon will find his way into the depths of his hoard and hide away from the world. His adventuring is done, and he will spend the rest of his life delving into the secrets that he loves so much, and probably jumping through times a few times, you know, screw with the things like that. Not that he'll ever forget the family he's made. You know, he's only a call away from any of them. But as time goes on, and he is content to disappear, and let his legacy in his son, in the Runeforged, and in this library of free education for any who ask. That's where he'll be happy. Content to live out until one day he'll greet Sithrax as a friend, and they'll go on a journey together.
Y'all just gonna break me. Good guy, you ready?
I think I've got this. God, okay.
Oh, I sent it to the wrong private. I sent it privately to the wrong person.
Oops.
You asked a question.
I did. Okay, I think. So, after all the events, and he celebrates with the party one last time, and gets a drink and a single order of noodles, and would have been the first to leave, telling everyone he would wants nothing more than to see his children again.
Oh, golly.
He walks back
thinking on all the events, all the way back to Elevation Pit. And he spends some time there. He was ready to see things change and people he knew who was about the same age leave before him. He was ready to hold the hand of his wife as she passed on. And while in Elevation Pit, he established an order to keep the law, to keep magic in check, to keep an eye on those who would abuse it. An order of paladins, of warriors, of those who wish to do good. Above it would hold a crest, each representing something that he has learnt, something that means something to him. A single dagger in a shape of obsidian glass takes the center, as it stands behind the rest of the emblem in the shadows. Next to it is surrounded by a circle of water, shining with parts of silver. A violin takes the center stage in front of the dagger, ringing out a note. Two pairs of draconic wings stand, and all being held by this beautiful glitter that shines when the light hits it just right. And a single gauntlet has it all in the palm of its hand, as if written. And under it states the three tenets of the order: to always uphold justice, to always respect others, even when you disagree with them, and to always give people a second chance. The order comes into fruition, and soon his son takes his place, as Luck has realized something he was not prepared for. He would outgrow and outlive his children. And on that realization, he found he could not stay in Elevation Pit any longer. He hands his pickaxe to his son and the gauntlet off to uphold the things that were established. And he walks off. He would come to help the party whenever they would need it, but eventually even they would struggle to find him as he headed over to the Drow. As there was a job that needed to be done, and from then on, he would dedicate the rest of his life that he did not want or deserve to freeing those people as best as he could. And he would head all the way to the city of the Drow, Thon Sangral. And that is where most people last heard he was heading.
You are approached one day at Lunaria by an envoy of a familiar name, Madame Drenoir. The Thornweaver cleric, the Thornweaver druid, a drow with dark skin and white thorns scarified into their skin, flanked by two of the blood cloaks of the drow, escort you from Lunaria in a direction you had not ventured before, not east or west down the Viceroy's Highway, but due south into the Midnight Weald. Place where very few venture and none return. The forest grows deeper and deeper as you head south, until the Midnight Wheels moniker becomes hard to ignore. That even in the middle of the day, there are places that are so, the forest is so thick it is like midnight beneath its boughs. And that's when you come upon it. One of the greatest secrets of this world. Von Sangreal, the city of blood and thorn, the true capital of the Drow, bonded since the beginning of this world to the humans who saved them from the Shadowfell. When the first Drenoir led her people here, and you are escorted, one of the first humans in generations, to Thon Sangreal to answer their call, to once again be freed by a human, as Loth has found them once again and is trying to retake them. Cilia. A decade or so has passed. Actually, all of you are summoned by Luna to Lunaria. Cilia, she asked a specific request of you. To bring a statue made of ice that is still frozen even after all these years. And you gather in a beautiful outdoor temple next to the central lake of Lunaria, dedicated to the Order of the Tides. You gather around with your friends and your family. Tara is there. So is Gandry and Sky and their child, only 3 or 4 years old, who enjoys playing with Vidarnot, as well as Lily. Riley is there, grown bigger and broader, now wielding Von Malik. He has Lysithea strapped across one shoulder as well. Iska arrives. Luck there as well. And Luna gathers you together to begin the casting of the spell that she has accessed now. Asking you to remember your friend. Remember the insane things he did. And of all things, there, standing in this beautiful, elegant outdoor temple, still with some swampy water around its base, is the ugliest metal tree you've ever seen. And as the spell comes to closure, anchored in the roots of a awful, tacky bronze tree, Cilia, you watch as that statue grows in size to the size of a person. You see inside this ice shell the glitter begin to swirl as though it were in a snow globe. Globe of winter wonders, in fact. And it's almost within a blink that the glitter disappears. The ice shatters. And while most times when something like this happens, the person would emerge completely dry, soaking wet from head to toe, like a bedraggled rat. Steps out Vidar.
Still in a panic, in combat, and just completely unaware of the situation until a second passes, as the last thing he saw was a crackling beam of energy, and his hand just goes up and energy radiates just... Did I miss something?
An entire decade of some things. And Celia will pull Ryan Talia. And she says to Ryan Talia, she says, "You belong to him."
One of the first times you hear Ryan Talia go, "Thank you, darling."
Just like you. First thing you hand me, sword, get in here. And I just tackle to the ground Celia. And just start laugh crying. Looking back at everyone, I say, "So, I guess death finally caught up to me for a while then." But
Just for clarity's sake, as the person who saved you more often than not, I wrote a really, really good tragic song about your passing, so I'm not gonna rewrite that. Okay, it's very solid.
can I hear it at least before I make a choice?
No,
No.
you can hear it. You don't get a choice.
Okay. I mean, well, I guess we won. I guess,
Well, if we want to be technical about it, we won and you died. So for a while, we all won.
yeah, but look at that. The tree's here too, so you still
Yeah, take that with you when you leave.
Getting rid of it.
Also, you and Celia are uncle and aunt now, so be less irresponsible.
I don't know if I could do that.
Do it for him.
What's up, little guy? Who's this?
You see as this dark-skinned shadow Genasi runs up to you. I'm Vidar.
No, you can't be Vidar. I'm Vidar.
But she like mental like to you, just like hug him and shut up.
But no, I'm Vidar.
I'm gonna lean in to whoever's
But
around
I'm-
us in the group and just go like, okay, so when Luna, when you asked us to come babysit Vidar, did you mean that, or
She just says she just says yes.
I'm not taking him with me. He stays with her.
Well, Vidar? Strange to say.
Yes. Vidar, you
Very-
need to be responsible. Isn't that important, Vidar?
Oh, I'll make sure he's okay.
Yes, it's very
job.
important to be responsible and always listen to your mother.
Oh, I know that. Everyone knows that. Did you not listen to Mom? Are you
Except when-
crazy? Mom, is he
except when you-
stupid?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Except when you're with Uncle Vidar.
I will murder you again and resurrect you again.
I am okay with that, actually. Death was like an... was that death?
Quiet.
Lycran, I can murder you again.
Take the bottle, get married, go on a honeymoon.
You know, some things
Bottle?
don't change.
Bottle of champagne. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Is that what elves drink?
Close enough.
Not dwarven.
No. Anyway.
Wine. Elven
Thank you.
wine.
Why?
Sure, wise.
Wait, hold on. Wait, we're getting married? What?
You'll do what... She just points at Luck to make it up with him. Knowing that she's a cleric is just like, nope, not my problem.
So,
Well, I think the rebirth calls for a bit of a ceremony. Shakes the bottle. If you're down for it, Celia, I definitely am.
How romantic.
Prestidigitation, 2 glasses.
Celia says, do you think I waited a decade for nothing?
what's a decade to an elf?
Not a decade.
What's a decade to us?
Listen.
Yes.
It's a long weekend.
It's a long time.
I just had a bit of a...
You know what I've done in a decade.
arm around the waist, and I'm going to bring her in closer, and I just say, I want to hear every second of it. And just...
I guess that brings it to what Celia's done. So after the battle and the party, Celia actually returns to Belethera, knowing how assassins are. She knows that even though Orfina is dead, somebody can just pop in and take her place. And there's only one assassin that can take her place and do good with the Obsidian Order. So she takes up leadership of the Obsidian Order, but she changes it. She begins to work with Mithrani to turn the Obsidian Order, the Assassin's Guild, into the Obsidian Walkers. Instead of their signature being the Obsidian Dagger, it is an Obsidian Ring. She trains the rest of the assassins that Orfina left over, and she trains them not to cause death, but to control it. Once she feels that the Obsidian Walkers are under control enough, she takes a very long trip to see Madame Mim, where she asks Mim to reverse her race and make her a full moon elf again. Becoming, from this day forward, Izome and only Izome. Once that is done, she goes to Falminari and she confronts her parents. She tells her parents the wonderful person that Tara's become and everything that they missed out on solely because they were closed-minded. And if they accept, she takes them to Lunaria to meet the child that they ultimately disowned. Okay. Once she hears the call from Luna, she knows exactly what it's for. She packs up the remains of Vidar and she grabs Ryan Talia and she takes a much needed trip to Lunaria, where the love of her life is true resurrected. After a month of probably being the biggest bridezilla that you could know. They do end up getting married, and
So you were talking about Vidar being the bridezilla, right?
Yes.
yes.
At first, I did not want the viceroy and the wife there, but
The
It's
tree
insistent.
cannot be your best man. It cannot give us seeds. That is not. What are we not understanding here?
I couldn't pick between Axel and Locke, okay?
No, you cannot put glitter on literally everything.
And eventually, what originally, when they first met, could not be, happens. And Cilia and Vidar birth a beautiful moon elf named Talanir, who gains training from both Vidar and Izome. Knowing the lifespan that she has, and ultimately her and Vidar will outlive their family that they ultimately destiny created. They travel. Cilia protecting the plains, and Vidar protecting the spheres. They tell the stories of the people that they met, and they make sure that their friends are not forgotten. Until ultimately, they have to greet Mithrani as a friend and go with him.
Seriously though, for Rising Vidar, I expect free babysitting forever. Ever.
Okay, alright, fine. Yeah, you get it.
So Vidar, anything to add with your life with Cilia?
I think with the birth of Talanir, once he comes a bit of age, Vidar does approach Riley and ask, just like how he passed Lysithea down to Riley, he would wish to pass Lysithea onto his son, while he's still connected and entwined with Ryan Talia. He would wish for his son to become a part of the lineage, per se, of what he is.
Vidar would,
Followed down the course.
Riley would pass it down, and it's interesting because Ryan Talia, Vidar, Riley, I know y'all's names after 3.5 years, looks to Vidar when requesting, but of course, and pulls off Lysithea, and it shrinks down to a smaller form. Yeah, I thought you weren't going to ever ask for me back. It's about damn
Really?
time. Really? You left me with a tree stump for a decade. Now, I know you were dead and all, but really? You've been dead before. Lysithea
Hey.
comes back.
Come on, this is not
I don't even
the
want to talk to you.
longest you've
Introduce
been
me to the
waiting.
sun. I want new blood. It's been too long. You almost feel him smiling at you.
Jeez. I look down to him. I come into my son and just step down to him. Ryan Talia is already in hand, but then just ask him to close his eyes and put his hands out as I bamf into him. A dear friend for life. He is yours now, Talanir.
And as you hand Lysithea, you see him turned into a short, curved dagger, perfectly sized for Talanir's hand.
You have a long, long history ahead of you. As this, with him by your side, a sword or a shield. The choice is yours. After that long period of time passes and Cilia and Azome and Vidar head to the plains, head to the sphere, travel across it. There is one thing that he does wish to finish. Walking through the rifts, he turns to Cilia and asks, "There's one little tie that got away. Would you like to hunt a Neverwing?" After 855 years, still has not let it go.
I'll dive in with this.
Oh, all for this. All for it.
We've been building for this.
As you all together head to the person who you believe could help you most, and in fact owes you a favor. You find yourself back at Mim's caravan. Through the emerald curtain, down a long stone hallway to the curator's room, where an elf stands with a fabulous green hat that you know what his real form is and who that really is. As the Duke of Sunsets looks to Vidar and to Cilia. So, am I hearing... Actually, I'm sorry, wrong voice. So, if I am to get this right, you are looking to hunt down the one that got away, Naltua. But you've come to the right place. I'm sure your memories have come back, Vidar, but I have a lovely ship in orbit called the Spelljammer. And I hear that Naltua has made her home upon my old world, the gas giant, the fourth planet from the sun of this. And I'm sure you're not interested being all empowered in magic, but I have this giant construct made of plasma and cloud that just needs a pilot to go hunting for cosmic dragons.
Get in the robot.
Yes, Mama Luna. Well, now, we can't let this one get away. The sphere is our home. I'm gonna sail across the solar winds and sing the names, the ballads, across time and space. So the entire multiverse knows that we are here. And this sphere is our home. These names will never be forgotten among the stars. And I will cry out for eternity their names. Luna, Black Goldheart, Iskatol, hidden by Axel, Cilia Rollerin, or Izome, my wife, and Vidar Lycran, formerly known as Ishkra.
And as
Legends. Sorry.
Go ahead.
A legend for all of time. And friends forevermore.
Many of them long gone as you say their names, but their children and their children's children living on. The solar starship of magic pulls away from Valknor, the planet you've called home. Heads off toward what looks in the sky like the second star to the right. As you navigate out into the cosmos, once again among the stars. The camera pulls back. We fade away. And that is where we will end our story of the Vice. Thank you.
Just telling you,
man, y'all.
I just noticed I was doing the seat sync thing again.
Oh yeah, I've been seat singing for a while, man.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. You all have been a part of this journey with us every step of the way. Well, the story's done. We will be back next week for wrap up. Our amazing, amazing friend, New Titans, will be our MC as we answer questions about the campaign, about the world, about our characters. And I gotta brace myself. Until then, gather your friends together and tell a story, because that is what it's all about. Good night, everyone. We love you all. Thank you so much for 3 amazing, amazing years. Good night, everyone.
Hello.
Bye bye.
I don't want to go.